Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good.
Evening.
I did not expect that. Did not even expect
That was
that at
very
all.
underwhelming. I'm sorry.
You're all right. I hope everyone's okay. How you doing, Trance? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing
See, that,
good.
this is. I did not expect the one answered before the stream, but to be fair, Trance was having a massive, massive rush to get everything all sorted
Hi,
for this
Steve. Thank
podcast.
you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Steve, how you doing? Oh, he's one of my good mates.
And Reese, as always. Every week,
Reese,
we
how
love you,
you
bud.
doing? Hope you're
Oh,
okay.
love to you guys. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Let's a go. Let's a go. So yeah,
It's been a day, y'all.
it's been a day. Well, it's been a manic
It's
few
been a
weeks.
week for you.
Well, not only that, but it's been a
Mm,
manic few weeks because obviously the 25th, the 25th of
mhm.
March, obviously I couldn't make it because of the the events that I've had to do. But obviously, last week, unfortunately, I had to cancel because of one of my bereavements of one of the family members of
Yeah.
myself.
Our
Sadly,
condolences. I say
yes.
that on
So
behalf of me and my community, and I'm sure everybody else would agree with me.
thank you. And
Of course.
I've had loads of messages and checking up and stuff, and I do appreciate it. To be
It's
fair.
because you're awesome. That's why.
I try to be professional
Can't
at
be
the same
argued.
time. I'm not going to argue. I feel
Hmm.
privileged to be fair, but it's been a mad week and the old. Do you remember the old Queen song back in the day? The show must go on. That's how the old saying is.
Yeah.
Trans knows. Oh, the show must go on a podcast. That's been manic,
Yeah.
to be fair. But I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Shall we say Easter weekend? Shall we say
Easter weekend. Yeah, yeah. It's Easter weekend.
so? Easter weekend on the 8th of April, 2023. And
Hmm.
like I said, we are looking forward to it because finally, after weeks and weeks of no guests, we have got one ready, but not yet. Apparently, it'll be later on. When
He's had a really he's had a bit busy day himself. I
yeah,
think there's something in the water. I don't know. But he's had a busy day himself, so he'll be joining us during the streamer interview segment. We're going to try and hit a marker so he can have a time when to join us. But that's the plan.
yeah. So we
And
have
he said he'll be joining us though.
yeah.
I
So
tried to give him the specifics on how to join. Just told him just use the studio link. You
yeah,
know,
you lost
you
your
know.
words then. You lost your words at that point, didn't you? To be
Well,
fair.
the morning I've had, I'm surprised I'm even talking at all. Honestly.
Oh,
To
fair
be
dues.
fair, it's been one of them days.
I tell you what, it's been one of those days, and like I said,
Bro.
we are looking forward to it because obviously we have the usual podcast of the segments of the news articles of segment one.
I'm excited because he's also a friend. And I spent a lot of time in his community and I made a lot of friends in his community. So it's been really awesome. All his people are great. I'm stoked for that reason. So that's the reason why I'm excited myself.
absolutely, and we look at like I said, Trans will be doing the interview because she's absolutely eager to try and do that as
Yes.
quickly as
Because
possible.
it's my friend too.
Absolutely,
And my
absolutely.
friend, damn it.
Ah, you better get onto this podcast. I've been waiting for this moment on this one now. But yeah, it should be a good one because we got quite a few articles to go through this evening, as well as the main discussion topic, and then hopefully when everything's all gelled in and in line with each other, boy, hopefully the drawing will be from the podcast of the guest itself,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
then the ask us anything part. Hopefully his followers will follow the podcast at the same
I hope
time as
that
well.
he tells people to tune in and
Yeah,
watch.
absolutely, and we'll wait and
I
see.
don't know if he got a chance to advertise it or anything. I don't think he did. But He has his own business, so he's usually busy on his off time. So his mom
Oh, fair
primarily.
dues. Fair dues. Ah, thank you for the bits, Reese. Thank you very much for the
Yay!
bits.
Oh, bits! Yay! Bits are amazing. Oh, love to you, buddy. Thank you for them bits.
Absolutely. So,
Appreciate you.
ah, can we? Should we start? Should we start doing the PC
We
console
do.
news?
We have 4 articles to get through today, and we're on a time limit, so be good to knock it on out.
You want to go through the articles quickly? I'll do
I
them
can,
quick.
yeah. You can start the discussion, and I'll do the interview.
Cool. This is from the first. Well, it would have been from the first week of April, but we'll catch up with that anyway. So, Twitch lays off over 400 people. Apparently, the CEO steps down. That was an article that's from GameSpot. Apparently, Twitch has laid off more than 400 people, and co-founder Emmett Shear has stepped down after 16 years with the company. New CEO Dan Clancy, it's like Tom Clancy.
Yeah, that's what I thought I would read too.
Yeah.
That's what through my head too.
Like minds think alike on that, to be fair. Dan Clancy says the move was in an effort to cut costs. And this is from the article in speech marks for anyone that's listening in the audio side of things. User and revenue growth has not kept pace with our expectations, Clancy said. In order to run our business sustainably, we've made the very difficult decision to shrink the size of our workforce. That's the end of the quotes. Amazon has been part of a larger round of layoffs. They said layouts to layoffs itself.
Maybe.
It kind of feels like it, to be fair. Having laid off over 9,000 employees across all divisions. Now, former CEO Shear said in his statement on March the 20th that with the birth of his first child, he has been reflecting on the future with the company. Again, from the article in speech marks, Twitch often feels to me like a child I've been raising as well. And while I will always want to be there if Twitch needs me, at 16 years old, it feels to me Twitch is ready to move out of the house and venture alone. So it is with great poignancy, how do you pronounce it? Poignancy. That you know what I mean. My pronunciation
I
is
know what you meant.
shit. Is shit. You know that I want to be fair. That's that I share my decision to resign from Twitch as CEO. That's the end of the quote. Clancy has taken up the role of the CEO and has previously served as the company's president prior to Shear's departure. Spokespersons for Twitch have said they have, in quotes, big opportunities ahead to support its streamers and their communities after the announcement of the layoffs. The company have not been specific on what this statement may entail.
Now, we did mention a few things that they had planned a few weeks ago in one of our articles, but they still, even after this is actually on the 20th, so this is actually 2 weeks ago. So even after this happened, they were still saying they still have opportunities ahead that they want to do to support the streamers. So we'll see how that comes out.
Yeah.
But I can kind of understand why he's stepping down with his first kid. I get it.
Yeah, I kind of get
sense.
it. Yeah, so it's just waiting to see how it all plans out, really, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's just see how everything plans out. Oh, hello, Josh. How you doing?
Hi, Josh. What's up, buddy?
Been a while. Yeah,
it has been a hot minute, friend. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for being here. Even in Milk Stream, thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate you.
Is there some good?
He's popped into my stream a couple times last couple of weeks.
Oh, is it? Nice one. I'm glad you're okay and well, Josh. But yeah, we're both okay and well, and we're doing episode 9. We'll try and be on a timeline because Trance is going to kill me if I don't get this spot on. So that's why I'm trying to get this right.
It's just that we have no choice but to be on a timeline today.
Yeah. So personally, for this layoff over 400 people, I think that's a bit. I can understand from a kid. From his kid's perspective, but unless I'm mistaken, I no offense to Twitch, no offense to them at all. They've done brilliant so far up to this point. Yes, it's very hard for some of the streamers, especially the small streamers, small community streamers. That's the word I was after. But to get to the like the mid range
Mhm.
streamers, do you
Yeah.
call that mid range, or would you say big streamers, or is that big
No,
league?
consider it mid range. I mean, even there's people I follow that are 1,000 plus followers, and even though it sounds huge to me and you, it's not that much really, considering that some of those just aren't active followers.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, to be fair, it's just a bit awkward, isn't it? And it's just there's no point of having like like the 400 people, and that's just not going to be working for a while. I feel bad for them because yeah, hopefully that they'll have some good jobs ahead of them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, Amazon's been laying off a bunch of people anyway already. They've got over 9,000 people they've laid off, and Amazon is the parent company for Twitch now. So, so I feel like either it's just part of that string of Amazon layoffs, or as Clancy said, the growth and development of the platform just has not. It's been. It hasn't matched the people that they had,
No,
and even though Twitch is still growing, and it will be growing for a while. I mean, Twitch will always be. It's been in the game for 16 years. It'll be like, it'll come down to the point where it's almost like the standard for streaming. But it, even though it's still growing. I mean, they still. It doesn't necessarily mean they had to have a lot of departments that they consider to be, you know, unnecessarily.
I mean, I think some people are just worried about like different companies that could overtake Twitch
That's
at
true.
some point.
There's always
And
been companies that people are like, oh, this is gonna beat Twitch. It's gonna be bigger than Twitch. Always.
but I mean,
That's been in the last 10 years.
didn't like Mixer? I
For
mean,
a while there, Mixer got bigger than Twitch, and then it fell apart.
what was it fall apart again? I can't remember now.
I cannot remember either.
I knew that I knew they did well because there was
They
quite
did
a few.
well for a little while, and a lot of our friends even moved over to Mixer.
But
You know,
then I mean, I don't know if it was because of the payouts. I don't know if it was just other bits as
I
well.
have no clue what happened to Mixer, but it fell apart, and then people are like, well, back to Twitch, I guess. And then Twitch came back to be the baseline, I guess, for streaming, I guess.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, it's easy to get started on Twitch. It's very easy to get started on Twitch. And the payouts aren't great, but once you hit the point where you can get payouts, but they're still better than some other places. And it's a lot easier to break into and to establish a community and establish people that watch you regularly than it is some other places like YouTube gaming and stuff like that.
yeah, absolutely. And it's just
Sorry for the belching in y'all's ears, guys. I'm sorry.
no, it's all right. Don't.
Between the soda and the candy.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good in the hood as well.
Mhm.
Reese has done a hydrate
Oh,
before we carry on.
oh man, I finished my drink. I don't know what I want to do.
Um,
I didn't have much of a hydrate. I'm sorry, buddy.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it for trans. There we go. This
He did
too.
one on my channel too, unfortunately.
Okay,
Reese, I don't have a drink, man. I
I'll
have to
do
go
it.
get. I have Kool-Aid in the fridge. I can go grab,
It's
but I
all
gotta go get some
good.
Kool-Aid.
It's all good in the hood.
My flavored sugar. My flavored sugar water. My colored flavored sugar water. I can go grab my colored flavored sugar water.
Fair dues, fair dues.
Mouth can just suffer.
I'm just gonna be
I usually have a
belted.
drink, and I honestly thought I would have more to drink than I do, but I don't, because I usually don't drink my sodas this fast. But apparently, I was really thirsty today. So
Yeah, probably just suffer. That's what
puppy,
Reese.
settle down. Sorry, puppy's whining in the background.
It's all right. It's
I don't
all
even know
right.
why she's whining. She's just throwing a hissy fit. Get your toys.
I can't get my toys. So thanks, trans, for that.
That's a whole other type of stream.
Whoa, whoa! I did not agree to this contract at all. Whoa, whoa! Where did that come
Yo.
from? To be fair, whoa. But yeah, if this
This
is a
little
whole
princess
told
thinks she's gotta be the world. She's gotta be my world. I mean, she is most of my world, but not all of it. She's a big part of my world, but she's not all of it.
no, no. But yeah, it's see how it goes. But I mean, last bit of the Twitch part. I mean, do you believe? I mean, there is another one that I think could be bigger than Twitch in the next few. Yes, I do agree. Akime with
She
that.
has her own input, apparently.
Yeah,
Who
but
needs a guest when we got that puppy?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. But in your perspective, I reckon there'll be a few companies in the next few years, especially one I know of that could get bigger
I
than
think
Twitch.
I'm not saying that they won't. I'm just gonna say that it's not the first time people have tried. So that's all
No,
I'm gonna say. And I think this because Twitch is the most established. Really.
yeah, Twitch is the most
It
established.
doesn't mean that any other company that tries to go up against Twitch, like, oh, Twitch is the best, it's going to always beat other company. No, I don't believe that. There's a lot of things I would change about Twitch if I could. But
Yeah,
like, I mean, it's just a matter of like, I feel like there are a lot of companies that are always going to try and take over Twitch's place. And it may happen, it may not. I can't guarantee if it will or won't. But there's always going to be somebody who's going to try. So
yeah. I mean, I don't want to drag too much of it because obviously Twitch is powerful at the minute, should we say? Because
yeah.
they're reliable, but I do think they need to sort out the payments as
Mm-hmm.
such. I know this is outside of what we're discussing, but I feel like to help out with the streamers,
I think
yes,
they need to work on exposure. I
yeah,
think that's the most important thing, especially for
yeah,
smaller streamers. Because if they want to make good payouts, I just think that they should be able to get more exposure. And Akahime, why are you in my face? Anyway,
that
but
sounded so wrong. It's
it's
sorry
just
to all those audio.
puppy just you saw puppy jump. She brought her squirrel over to me.
But yeah, I'm sorry to everyone that was listening on the audio, thinking what is
Sorry,
going
guys.
on.
On my channel, one of the tags is puppy cameos. So that just tells you how often the puppy gets into the stream in some way or another.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Have you got any more about Twitch
no.
with the 400 people getting laid off?
No, and I was gonna ask if I can do the next couple of articles because well, especially the next one's really relevant to me. So if that's okay.
No,
Okay.
absolutely no, absolutely no.
I was thinking I was gonna be doing the news today and you were doing the discussion, but apparently not.
I'll tell you what. I'm a nice guy. There you go. Carry on. Carry
Okay.
on. Carry
So
on.
article number 2 today, the official D&D virtual tabletop is looking pretty slick. This comes from PC Gamer. PC Gamer, we love you.
Oh, if you do listen out, PC Gamer, for
We love you guys.
if you give us a sponsorship on the podcast, that'll be
Oh yeah.
fantastic. Sorry, I just got a bit of a cough
Yeah, a
there.
little bit more for me too. D&D Direct last week was at D&D Direct last week. Wizards of the Coast announced a virtual tabletop program they are creating in Unreal Engine 5. Many programs have sought to emulate the tabletop experience, but it seems Wizards is trying to better the formula. From the article, after I cough, quote, we want players to really feel like they are playing together, wrote the game director Kel Stutzman in a blog post. So we have created various ways to interact with the 3D space, including pointers, pings, simple drawing tools, dice, and minis. All these systems update in real time so you can see exactly where your friends are and what they are doing, end quote. Game DMs, such as myself for my Monday game, will have abilities like tweaking monster stats in real time, and roll checks, such as comparing attack rolls versus a target's armor class, can be done manually or be automated. Visual effects to set the mood or just add to the atmosphere, such as changing the weather to be more gloomy when a monster enters, will also be available to DMs. DMs can also change things in the moment if needed, since all checks can be done manually as they would in an actual physical tabletop. Which, for those who don't know what that means, is like if they want to fudge something, if they want to say fudge something, or say, okay, hey, you take advantage on this because of a particular situation that the DM deems necessary or deems useful, then change that on the fly. So yeah,
S-
I'm excited. I haven't seen it, but it's Unreal Engine 5, and I know how gorgeous that's looking. And it's also D&D virtual tabletop, so I'm excited about that. And it's got a lot of really cool features that I think would be awesome. So I'm all for it. That's just me.
I was gonna say, like when you say the like fudget part in coding standards, from terminology and stuff, it's just normally like just fudge a fix, and then that's it, pretty much until it gets sorted. That's
That's
the
what we
ultimate.
call it. That's a technical term, fudging
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's a technical term.
If you know coding, you know by now
It's a technical
what's
term. It's a
technical
technical
term.
term for DMs too. It's this lingo, fudging.
Um, I love how Unreal Engine 5 have been, you know, I don't know if you've seen some of the graphics, like,
I have, because we did an article on it last season, because
yes,
there was a really cool, really cool cool thing that was going on with Unreal Engine 5. They were doing a demo on it.
yeah, yeah,
And we were 100% like, I was like, this is so cool looking. And we saw I shared the trailer so you could look at that. And I also told you guys about looking it up too. And it looks really good. D&D and Fortnite confirmed. I don't know about that, but D&D virtual tabletop is pretty epic. I'm okay with it. And it's done by Wizards, which is even better because there's a lot of companies who will try and do a virtual tabletop setup, and Wizards knows how they want it to be and they know how their game is. And so for them to do a virtual tabletop is pretty cool because
I,
then they can make it how they want it to be.
I mean, with a virtual top, it's easy enough to create. Like, can you imagine if they did Warhammer type stuff
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
That would be epic. But as Steve just said, I mean that's even more explosive as well, because all the D&D characters that you
That would be
know
cool. That'd be
on
pretty cool. If it
on
had a
Fortnite.
Fortnite skins for D&D, that'd be pretty epic. I might actually get back into Fortnite if they did D&D skins. I might actually
Oh,
do it. That'd be like a
is
cool crossover, I think.
is that the only way you get back into Fortnite as
Probably.
well? No, there's no such thing as probably. It's either yes or hell yes moments with that.
I'm trying to be polite.
That means hell yes moments. So that I hope everything's all sorted and stuff. But
Yeah.
with the virtual as going back to the virtual tabletop scenario,
Mhm.
as I said, I'd love to see other ones follow through from D&D, like Warhammer. Can you imagine
Mhm.
if Warhammer? Oh, there wasn't. Is it still the same one? There was like
There's
another one.
still other tabletops that people can use. Like there's other sharing sites like Roll20. There's Albert Rodeo where people
Yeah,
can put up their maps and stuff and share the maps and do a visual map thing, but it's still a 2D representation. It's not like looking at a tabletop. And one of the things the article said that I didn't put in here was that that Wizards of the Coast wants to kind of bridge the gap between table and virtual with this program.
I,
Like they
yeah,
want it to feel like you're at a tabletop, but you're able to share information and everybody can see the same things like the minis and all that stuff, like you were there together. And they want to bridge the gap where people who can't be together at a table, they can
yeah,
still feel like they're together at the table. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I think, I mean, it would be a good game actually, just to see
Mm-hmm.
how it would react. But would you be? I'm not like.
Don't mind my coughing today, guys. We get all kinds of crazy weather patterns going on. That's why my voice is all real weird.
Don't worry, trans hasn't changed or
Nope,
anything like
still
that at
me.
all. So don't worry about that. Yeah, I was just gonna say the tabletop stuff. I think I think it'll just bring a different aspect of the gaming
Mm-hmm.
community itself, and just
That'd
um,
be cool if you could, Steve. Seriously, that would be really cool. I would be 100% all for that. Can you flip the table like Tabletop Simulator? But I don't think anybody would get angry enough to flip the table at a D&D game. I mean, it's mostly fun. Unless they just keep rolling nat ones, maybe they'd flip the table. But
Oh, I tell you what, Steve. I tell you what. Imagine if they did. Say you got completely wiped, like whitewash, then do the flip the table moments. If you
That'd
get
be cool.
complete whitewash, that's if you get complete whitewash. If you don't, then tough shit,
Oh, and Reese
basically.
said earlier about Twitch, get your shit sorted. I meant to
Yeah, yeah.
mention that. I forgot about it. I'm sorry, Reese.
No,
I didn't forget. I didn't miss it. I saw it. I just forgot to mention it. I'm
she's forgot
sorry.
about you, Reese. That's what
I'm
she did.
not. Why would I forget about Reese? Reese is here every week. Reese is
Yeah.
one of our most loyal fans. Like seriously, he really is.
I'm just
He's
winding
here
you up.
when no one else is here.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Yeah, but I mean, as I said, I would love to see like the Warhammer. I'd like to see different types of tabletop,
Yeah.
virtual tabletops, and just see what else you could do. Like, imagine if they did like a DLC, like
Mm-hmm.
different themed, like D&D. Now that would be cool. That would be
Nice.
really, really cool.
That would be really cool.
Can you imagine if you did like a Fortnite?
Buy at the marketplace and add to your table. Probably it's what they're going to wind up doing anyway because that's what Wizards does.
Now, I will say this: do not pass this over to EA ever. Do not pass
Ever.
this over ever, because
They've already got microtransactions.
that's the problem. That's the problem. So basically, you've got your tabletop. There you go. There's your tabletop. Oh,
Mhm.
there was a meme. I think I told you this before, but I couldn't.
This is our tabletop. Okay.
So there's well, you know what I mean.
Okay. I
You
mean,
know, well, I'm
it
sorry to
looks
the
like
people.
a duck, but that's just me.
That's just me, just like clapping next on that one. To be fair,
Add teeth, make it a shark. I don't know, like
yeah,
baby
yeah.
shark. You know.
But you know what I mean. The tabletop, but then the second part is, well, where's the figurines? Where's all the extras? Like, well,
Hmm.
you have to pay extra for the
Oh
microtransactions just
yeah,
to get
that
that.
is what it is. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's how it
So,
is anyway. You already have to pay extra for the supplements and all that good stuff. You have to already.
is there one called Trance D&D? Is that why it's going to be
No,
extra cost?
no.
Yes.
Trans does her game on Mondays, and luckily for me, I have somebody who is in the campaign, who's not really in the campaign, who has
Yeah.
access to all of the supplements on D&D Beyond and allows me to use them. So,
So basically, you got the power. Basically.
oh, I have access to all the supplements now. Yeah, the only one that's not on there is one of the Critical Role supplements that just released.
Oh, okay.
Tal'Dorei Reborn, I think it is.
Well, we'll wait and see how everything pans
That's the
out.
only thing that's not on there.
Is that the only thing? Pretty much the only
Yeah, because
thing.
everything else is I mean, aside from that cost, there's not minis or whatever. You can buy them from the marketplace, they'll ship it to you. But like like as far as supplements are concerned, yeah, the most recent Tal'Dorei book is the only one that is not available because they didn't want to do it digital. They only wanted to do it hard copy. So
Yeah, yeah. Fair
yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
So
Yeah. So
I'm excited about that.
but if they could do what Steve just said, like you could add the option to flip the table and just put a D&D
I guess I don't
insert.
know why you would want to flip the table, but I mean, I guess I could understand if you're getting a bunch of natural ones. So it's possible that you could just get mad enough to flip a table at D&D session. But that's just me.
Yeah. Well,
I've gotten close to that before.
how many times? How many times?
How many natural ones did I roll? Oh, I don't remember. It was during combats. I was rolling really bad. I kept missing.
But okay, okay. In recent times, how many times?
Not that many. I mean, what happened Monday was the players were just rolling better than I was.
Mm.
They were still getting better score. They were getting better rolls, but it's just because they were rolling better than me. It wasn't that I was rolling bad. I just wasn't
Was it
rolling
cheating?
well enough. No. I
Th-
wasn't
Did,
rolling well enough for them. That's all.
didn't they sabotage the dice and try and get
Mm-mm.
the decent score?
Some
So,
of them are the ones that I sent them. So
oh,
I sent them dice for Christmas. All my
so
players.
so basically, the dice should have said, "Why did you sell me?" That's it. Afterwards, so
All right.
right. Let's go to the next article. Tran.
I'll take this one too because we've been talking about this and I've been up and down about this. So E3 2023, video game industry's biggest expo, has been canceled.
Oh, really? Okay.
This comes from The
And
Guardian. Due to return in 2023 after COVID-19 interrupted the annual program, the U.S. Entertainment Software Association and management company ReedPop made a joint statement saying that the E3 event will no longer be happening this year.
oh, okay.
E3 has become one of the biggest gaming events of the year since 1995 and a go-to event for publishers and development companies to reveal new titles. From the article, quote, "This was a difficult decision because of all the effort we and our partners put toward making this event happen. But we had to do what's right for the industry and what's right for E3, ReedPop's Kyle Marsdenkish said in a joint statement with the ESA. Continued the quote, "We appreciate and understand that interested companies wouldn't have playable demos ready and that resourcing challenges made being at E3 this summer an obstacle that couldn't overcome. For those who did commit to E3 2023, we're sorry we can't put on the showcase you deserve and that you've come to expect from ReedPop's event experiences." End quote. E3 was an opportunity for industry professionals and the public and achieved 66,000 attendees in 2019 before COVID and had large-scale press conferences that were streamed to a global audience. Smaller online-focused events have sprung up, but none have reached the level of notoriety and mainstream focus as E3. This was up and down. We weren't sure it was going to
Yeah.
happen. They kept saying it was going to happen. They said they had publishers to go. They had people ready to go. I guess the publishers were like, "We're not going to be ready by June. We can't make it." And they're like, "Oh, well, we've got to cancel."
Yeah, I think we did. Obviously, I think it was about 2 weeks ago. The
Mm-hmm.
article that we talked about.
Yep.
It was Xbox that confirmed the can.
Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo all dropped out.
Yeah, but didn't it was Xbox that started it off first, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Xbox is the first one. And Reese did
And
another
then
hydrant on my channel that I can't get to right now.
uh,
Down.
I can't go
Sorry.
down. I can't go down. Sorry, but I'll
Puppy
go drink. To be fair,
Puppy was on my shoulder and she literally jumped on my side and it did not feel
one,
very good. I'm sorry, guys.
two for Reese. I'm gonna try and belch next on that one.
Oh,
To be fair,
down.
yeah. So
Get up.
as Trent said about the E3 2023, the last story about it was where Xbox confirmed that they could not they cancel their stuff,
They
and
were
then
still
everyone
trying
else.
to make it happen, though. They were
Yeah,
still working with ReedPop to make it happen. So
without the three main companies,
that's what we talked about. Without the three main companies,
there's
what are they
no.
going to do?
I mean, it's
There's
like
other developers and other publishers, but then it becomes more of an indie event or it becomes a publisher event that's not as big as with the three main. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, yeah.
To be honest, I like EGX, like the Euro Gamer. There was not many. There was no three main companies there,
Yeah.
but there was mostly the indie games, which I got nothing problem against indie people, like indie games itself, but people want to see proper games
Stop.
and trying to,
Call it down.
push on as well. But that's what it is. It's just been absolutely mad, to be fair. But we'll have to wait and see how everything plans out. But I mean, personally, I think uh, I love the indie games. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the indie games, but it's just been you need the three big companies, and if you don't get the
Yep.
three big companies, or at least one of them, then then they will struggle, and that's what happened when EGX had the issue with the COVID kick in.
And for the record, when I say the three main companies, I mean like the three main companies in the US, like the ones that usually give all the games. People usually buy a game that relates to any of them.
Yeah,
Other companies have franchises. I don't mean like the three biggest companies in the world. I just mean three biggest companies in the US market. So, and obviously the US market is the biggest market and it does expand to other places. But when you think of games, console wise, you think of Xbox or PlayStation, right? Obviously, or Switch.
yeah.
And that's what I mean by the three biggest gaming companies. Is just the ones that are the most mainstream here in the States.
Absolutely. Sorry.
They're their
Absolutely.
own big three as far as video games are concerned for the U.S. market. So
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what they need to consider as well, because that's what you need, to be fair. And if you don't, then that's the problem with it all. But I hope the E3 2024 will kick in, but that's just a big if, a big
that
massive
is
if.
very questionable as to whether or not that's going to happen. I'm sorry if you guys can't hear me. I'm sorry. There was some silica that dropped on the floor yesterday, and Puppy apparently found some of it. Thought it was for her, and it's not. It won't make her sick or anything. It'll just make her thirsty.
Yeah.
It won't hurt her. It's non toxic. It broke in my bag, and there's nothing I can do about it. Those silica gel packs, the ones that keep things dry. That's what happened.
Okay. Fair dues, fair
She
dues.
thought
But
that she thought they looked like something to play with, and I'm like, no, let's not play with those, baby.
oh
This
no, oh
has
no.
been my day today, guys. My day has been crazy, hectic, up and down, and
Oh, fair play.
it just continues.
Fair play. Um, Personally, have you got any more about E3 from your
No,
side?
that's about it on that. Last
Uh,
article. We have one more article left today, guys.
I tell you what, Trance, since you want to do the hat trick and I'll do the discussion, as you originally
Sure.
said, I'll do the discussion next
All
after
right,
this.
cool. So, last article we have today comes from Kotaku.com, and this is popular survival game is shutting down and forcing fans to buy a next gen upgrade. Now, when I first read this, I thought it was clickbait. Guess what? It kind of
Okay.
was, but not really. Ark Survival Evolved, which has been plagued with delays and server shutdowns, has announced a next gen update bundle requiring players to purchase and download the game all over again if they wish to stay current with development and keep playing the official servers. Developer studio Wildcard announced in the March 31st community update that the sequel Ark 2, a Game Pass exclusive release featuring Vin Diesel, would not be released and instead was pushed back until the end of 2024. Wildcard stated the learning curve on the new Unreal Engine 5 as the reason for the delay. Wildcard, in the meantime, announced that an update to Ark Survival Evolved, a next-generation remaster, so as they say, called Ark Survival Ascended, aka ASA.
ASA.
Yep. Charging the players and the old servers will be shut down. From the
Okay.
article, Xbox Series SX and PC players will not only be able to get it via an ultimate value bundle known as the Ark Respawned bundle, the studio revealed. This bundle includes ownership of both Ark Survival Ascended and Ark 2 and will be priced at $50. $49.99. On PS5, the game will only cost $40, but not include the sequel, which isn't even releasing gameplay footage until 2024. There will also be 2 DLC expansion packs, each priced at $20. End quote. ASA will continue to get updated and eventually be available alongside Ark 2. The original game will go into stasis, and the save games will go to be played in single player / non-daddy, I don't know what that means, and earlier snapshots of the game only. So, yeah. Kind of clickbait, kind of not. Ark Survival Evolved is huge. And they're shutting it down.
I think it's because of the issues that they, as you said at the start of the the article. I think there was so many issues with the servers, so many issues with the game. But this is the problem. This is sort your shit out moments,
Mm-hmm.
and
Totally.
and we could talk about it for decades. But I'm sure Reese and everyone else will probably had enough of us saying that every time. But especially Activision Microsoft saga from last
Mm-hmm.
season.
Yeah.
But personally, I just
Why
think
release a remastered next gen
you mean shit.
update
You mean shit mastered, shit
and
mastered. You mean
then charge people again to get the game?
that's what I'm calling it.
Why?
Shit mastered. Is that what I'm going to call that?
If you want to.
Well, it's true though, isn't it? Like
It
it's
depends.
yeah,
I
but
mean, the quality of the game already is good.
yeah. I mean, I will be honest. I know I've probably criticised some stuff where I haven't played the game before, or probably played bits and not played it into the full depth. I'm only hearing it from the horse's mouth, as in
Mm-hmm.
like different people's opinions and stuff. But at the same time, if it's been having issues galore,
Mm-hmm.
then they should have sorted out their shit basically. And why do you have to tell them to delete the game, reinstall it in a
Mm-hmm.
brand new copy, even though they bought the original, they'll bring a brand new copy, but then you have to pay $40 for two of the DLCs on top of the $40 that you got for the basic game.
$50.
Sorry, $50.
PlayStation only gets one game for 40.
So this is what I mean. It's ridiculous,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's just downright disgrace, absolute downright
This is
disgrace.
going to make a lot of people not want to play it. If the problems that they're plaguing that are being plagued already have not stopped people from playing it, this
Yeah,
is going to make people not want to play it anymore. And I know people who love that game,
yeah.
who are like, "Oh, I love Ark Survival Evolved. I play it all the time," and they will stop playing it unless they can afford to get the next gen update with this new version. Complete. It's like it's a whole new game. You're not getting an update. You're getting a whole new game. It's not even a DLC. You're getting a whole new damn game.
That's what I'm calling it, shitmastered.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it's
ridiculous. It's insane.
how about right, and
Who in marketing team thought this was a good idea?
you know what, you know what, you know what, Trans,
Just take the game down for a little
yeah,
while, work on the shit, fix the server issues, fix the delays, and
unless
then up it, make it up again.
unless the issues have been so severe that they can't be able to fix them.
Hmm, maybe.
And also maybe copyright issues, might be other bits that say, oh, there's a bit of code there that you can't touch, but you
Hmm.
have to touch it, but then it's going to cost you to
Yeah,
damage that. So some people may think, oh shit, I can't do this.
it's insane. It's stupid.
I,
It's dumb. It's stupid, and people are going to be pissed. Can't monetize big fixes. That's a good point, Steve. Bug fixes. That's a good point. That's true. You can't. But I think the community would be much more appreciative if you didn't recharge them to play this game that they've already spent hours on, lost their life to in some situations,
yeah,
spend hours building up their little slice of the island. All their animals are going to be disappeared. All their animals are going to disappear. All their shit's going to be gone. They can't play it in anything other than single player. So if they have a community, if they have a world that they built with their friends, they can't play it with their friends anymore. So why? If you're gonna do a whole new game, then just shut the whole damn thing down and don't charge people for a next gen update. That is a brand new game.
you know
Just
what?
say, hey, we have to close the game while we focus on the next game. That's it.
But then how? Okay, okay. I'm not agreeing to their new next gen update. Should
Yeah.
we say? I'm not agreeing to
Greeks.
that. But at the same, but at the same time, how long do you think the servers are going to go down when they're trying to fix all their shit?
I
Basically,
don't
is it going to
know.
be? Well, this is the thing. How do you know when the timeline is going to be right? You
Well,
know
they've
it's going to
already
fix
they've already
everything
set the
by one day.
timeline on when they're putting the game in stasis for August.
Yeah,
It's going to be as recent as August, just past the summer, and the whole game is going to be not played. There's 8 maps you can travel between. Thank you, Thorn. You are somebody who plays Ark a lot. How dumb is this? That they are shutting the game down in August, releasing a next gen update, which are charging you as a whole new game to try and run across with another title they're trying to release. It's stupid.
I can see Thorn just about to go ballistic
It's
at that
stupid.
point. It
And
is.
Thorn's played a lot of Ark Survival Evolved. Thorn still plays Ark Survival Evolved. has a lot of hours in the game.
So okay, so with this situation, it's once they get this, do they have the option to?
2,800 hours. That's
Fucking
how
hell,
many hours Thorn has in Ark Survival involved.
fucking hell. That's mad. That's absolutely mad.
And
But
he's going to lose his whole game.
so that
2,800 hours worth. He's going to lose all
so,
of it.
but this is what I mean. It's like, so there's no option to say, here you go, you can have this. You can stop at this point to put it on the original, but then that's it. There's stop. But your server will be cutting down at this point. So you've got to either go there and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's insane. It's insane. Yeah, he's played a lot of Ark, Reese. Yeah, and you're going to lose your whole game, and you're going to have to buy a brand new remastered upgrade. And not on top, and on top of that, that doesn't. I mean, if you, unless you pay for the bundle, you get $50 for the 2 games. But on top of that, it'll still be a second release that's coming out later that will be Ark 2.
yeah. I,
So
I still think it's a bit,
it's dumb.
but if you have not played the game, if you've not played the game
Mm,
and you want to try a brand new one, perfect opportunity. That's
that's
why
true.
that's
That's
why this
true.
that's why the social media that's why the social media or wherever they decide whoever decided that must have thought, oh, let's bring the new generation of people that want there.
Yeah, it was released a little while ago. We haven't had a show. We didn't have a show last week, so I wasn't able to put it on news last week. So,
So that's what it was.
and
But this
I'm pretty sure you would have gotten an in-game notice or something about it. So, in preparation.
but personally it just needs to be sorted. It just needs to be sorted with the
Yeah, it's
situation because
stupid.
yeah, it's just stupid. Absolutely
Now, somebody
stupid.
like me who played a little while and didn't and got into it, but didn't play in a long, long time, it doesn't really matter to me because I don't really care about losing my game in stasis. It's fine. Hi, Katie Bug. All the love. Thank you, Katie Bug, for being here. Thank you so much,
Hello.
sweetheart. So good to see you. Katie Bug is one of my friends in our upcoming streamers community that I met, and we're gonna have him on here in a little bit, hopefully. No in-game knows, had to hear third party. Holy shit, dude, that's crazy. But Katie, thank you so much for being in my channel, and thank you for that follow. Now I'm five away again from 500. Yay! I
Hello,
love
Katie. How you doing? I'll be playing well. But yeah, personally, I think then just needs. I think they're doing what like like iPhone does.
they're screwing themselves over, man. They're gonna lose so many people from this. They're gonna be like, well, I guess like in Thorn's situation, I guess the 2,800 hours I put in isn't enough. They aren't gonna save the game for me.
But
It's
then
dumb. They're gonna lose so many people. Are gonna be pissed about this, and they're gonna leave.
yeah, but okay. Here's a similar. Well, I say similar. It's kind of similar situation where you got the iPhone, like on the
Mm-hmm.
normal iPhone, the Apple iPhone.
Yeah.
If you're on the latest version, it's normally the fastest, and it's always been um, mad. To be
Hey,
fair.
Giuseppe. Hi. Nice to see you.
So, but yeah, from that perspective, it's insane because if once you get a new version of the iPhone, the
Mm-hmm.
one that you're currently on gets slowed down. Hence why you have to buy a new one ahead
Mm-hmm.
to
Yep.
get the latest one, so you're up to speed and not really slowing down.
Yeah.
Whereas if you keep on the old one, they'll slow down or try and stop
Over
the
time,
first.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Yep. Yep. Totally.
And
And that's
yeah,
the thing people don't realize, and people don't really understand this, but honestly, your technology is only meant to last like 2 years. That's it. Your technology is literally meant to start degrading after a 2-year period. And that's what happens. And people are like,
yeah.
oh, why is my phone going slow? Why is my computer? Because it's over 2 years old.
So
Technology is built to only live for 2 years. speak of paranormal stuff on here. This particular podcast, no, because it's a gaming podcast. I mean, sometimes we do phasmophobia news, but this is gaming on this one. I do like paranormal stuff. I follow people who are into paranormal. But in this particular channel, no, we don't. Not usually.
No. But yeah, I mean, this has been mad, to be fair,
Yeah,
with
no.
everything that's going on. But going back to the game, that's what I was trying to explain, like the iPhone situation
Yeah.
and similar to this.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that's what they're doing. They're just building up a yeah, no worries, just simply. But basically, yeah, just hope for the best and just try and bring the new generation. But I feel bad for the people who've been on it since Thorn days.
Like Thorn, who has 2,800 hours in the
At
game.
least
Mm-hmm.
2,800.
We could do a paranormal podcast. I would love to do that, but I don't know enough about it to do one.
I'm sorry, I
I
can't
would
do
be
it.
all for it. I love paranormal stuff, but that's just me.
Welcome to the
We are no
paranormal.
longer the Bish Bash Bosh podcast.
Yeah, so forget the Bish Bash Bosh podcast. It is the paranormal version of the Bish Bash Bosh
Thorn,
podcast.
apparently the game doesn't care about anybody who's put all the hours in that they have, so don't feel bad. It's not just you.
Yeah, mad, to be fair.
All
Absolutely mad.
right. So yeah, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that they're doing this, and it's so unfair to the players and the people who love the game and who are not do it at Halloween. That's actually not a bad idea. And that love the game and just don't want to, you know, don't want to give it up, but they're going to be mad because they put all these hours in there, and this is not going to make a difference because game's shutting down. So there you go.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I feel for you, Thorn. I really do, man. All right, cool. So that's the end of our news segment. In less than an hour, did pretty good.
Let's see.
We got about 35 minutes until we get my friend in here. Let me check in on them. He announced that he's going to be on the podcast in 40 minutes. He just announced it to the community.
Oh, so there'll be a manic.
Everybody should totally come. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Is that how you got here, Katie? I mean, I'm cool with it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
So let's just talk about the main discussion. We've just done the segment one, which is the PC console news, which was talked about. This is nothing, from what I've been told, there is nothing related to anything on this main discussion.
Not this time.
See.
I mean, it kind of is loosely related, but it's not really.
But okay. It was worth.
We're talking about multiplayer games. That's all.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So this is the main discussion topic, which could be a bit of a longer discussion than we normally do for the other 4 articles that we've gone through this evening. So the main discussion that we're going to talk about is video games as a social outlet. I'll say that again. Video games as a social outlet. And the reference article is why so many teens use video games to meet others. And this is an article that's come from Psychology Today. And reading the article, and I'll read some of the articles itself. So traditional social spots are being replaced by video games. So people benefit from having a place besides work and home to meet people and socialize. These third parties in speech marks are disappearing and becoming less accessible. And many people, especially teens, are supplementing or replacing physical third places with digital ones. Now, I think, I don't know whether it's because they're too scared. Obviously, they don't want to, they don't want to meet up and something happens. Do you know what I mean? Something dodgy happens or anything like that. But you know that in the game, you don't. I think it's a danger, personally, because personally, you could meet someone that you may think it's that person, but it may not be the person that you're actually talking to, if that
That is
makes sense.
actually very true, 100%. I agree with you on that.
And
And that
it's
is quite strange. And Thorn says, "Oh well, bye, Ark. Hello, grounded Valheim, Smolland."
well,
Nice.
uh, so the
More time for your other games, man.
yeah, so the main article was just going to talk about the teens, but there are adults that would fall in this circle as well. I do
Such as
agree.
myself. Dude, I went bowling last week or earlier this week, I think it was, for the first time in forever.
Really,
Yeah, I went with the boyfriend and his brother for the first time in like a long ass time.
I bet that was a difficult long time to decide.
Dude, it was crazy. Like, I mean, it's not that I don't like going places. I just don't have people to go places with. And the only reason I went bowling was because the boyfriend's brother was here and he wanted to treat us to bowling.
Yeah.
It was like Tuesday night or something like that, Monday or Tuesday night.
Did you
And he
win?
wanted to treat us to bowling.
Did you
Actually, I
win?
won one of the games. Yeah.
Out of how many though? How many games?
2.5.
2.5. How can you have 2.5?
We were gonna continue the third game, but we couldn't find how to continue it at the kiosk without going up to the front to tell them, hey, we need to add more hours to it, because it was Monday night. It was an unlimited bowl night.
I thought you
And
said it
we
was
had to just keep
Tuesday.
adding time to it. And we couldn't find where we were supposed to go to do that. And
Yeah.
so we would just let the time run out, thought it would give us notification. Oh well, it says, hope you had a good time bowling. We're like, I guess that's the end of our bowling, huh? We headed out.
Rejected afterwards. That's mad. But personally, I think and it's nothing disrespectful. It's just with the teens, especially the adults as well.
Mhm.
You just don't know. Like,
You have to
luckily,
be careful, and that's anything in the digital world, to be fair. It's even on Facebook, you have to be careful. But I mean, I kind of get it. There's less places for like the article talks about there being less places for people to go and actually hang out.
yeah,
And that's true because everybody's moving to distance stuff because after COVID, like no one has places they can really go. I mean, we have a couple here in town. I mean, we have a few, but we don't have a lot. I mean, we have a couple bowling alleys, we have an arcade, we
yeah.
have a retro arcade actually, and then some parks. And that's
That's
about
fine.
all we have, except for the programs that places like my facility do, where kids can come to that with their friends. I mean, and some of them are focused on teens, but like that's about all they have to do here. And even in Nashville, like when you go to Nashville, as big as that is, there's still not a lot for kids to do there unless they're 18 and up. Because there's some bars they can go in, some bars they can't go in. So they may not even be able to go into a bar till they're 21. It depends on the bar. So it's like there's not a lot of things for people to do socially anymore because so many places are like, oh, this is an old building. We aren't using it anymore. We're gonna turn it into something else or whatever. This is old skate park. And unless they keep up the skate park,
Yeah,
it falls into disarray. And so kids can't go there, and there's so many things that kids just don't have access to that I did growing up. We have a skating rink here too, but that's mostly focused on like kids.
yeah.
But like, I mean,
Back in
and
the
there's
day.
there's just not a lot that they can do. And so I kind of understand why a lot of teens are turning to socialization in games. And you're right, it is a dangerous situation. They could run across somebody who is trying to catfish them or who is pretending to be someone for, terrible means. Um, they could run across anybody like that. But it's for a lot of teens, I feel like it's a risk that they feel like they have to take because they can't be social with friends because they
Yeah.
don't have places to be social with friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do agree. It's just it's a dangerous world that we've got at the minute, and it's you know,
Mhm. And I agree with you on that. 100%.
and and it's just not fair for some people who've like it's not just the video games. It could be like the dating. It could be anything that could
Mhm.
that
Dating
some
apps.
yeah anything like
There's a
that.
lot of things that could be dangerous. And when I was growing up, as the world was moving into the digital age, and I saw both ends. I saw the digital age and I saw before the digital age. So as I was growing up, um, I was able to watch things change slowly over time to be
Yeah.
more digital. And even when I was a teenager, I spent a lot of time in chat rooms. We were warned a lot about who we talk to while we're in chat rooms, what information we give out, make sure that we're careful, make sure that we don't meet anybody that we meet in a chat room because it could be a dangerous person. I don't know if teens are still told those things. I would like to say that they are, but I don't know if they are. And because
Yeah.
my generation is going into their 40s now, the generation, even the millennials, had a totally different time growing up. Those that are 10 years younger than me, they had a totally different life growing up because they were in the digital age mostly, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so, I mean, it really is one of those things. It's like, you should be warned about the dangers of being online all the time, but are you?
It just depends. It just depends on if you've known that person very long. I mean, if you know them from like friendship or from school and that, great. But if you like,
Hi,
um,
Nolo. Thank you so much for that follow, Nolo. All the love to you. Also,
hello.
another person coming from that community. Oh, wow. I don't know about that, but I mean, if that's what it takes to keep you safe, man, I mean, go for it.
Wow. Um,
I mean,
uh, yeah. I
that
think that.
works. Thank you so much, Nolo. So happy
Yeah.
to have you here, guys. I'm so happy y'all are here hanging out with me. We'll have John here. Give us about 25 minutes. He'll be here with us. So for a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean to be on the safe side as
Yeah.
well. I mean, if you know, if like different people, like if you know them for many, many years, like your
Hmm.
friendship, like through school, through college, or through uni, or anything like that, then you know, yeah, that's fine. But if you're playing, like, if you want to get to know the person that's on the online situation,
Oh wow, just I don't know if that's even worse, dude. Didn't know you did Twitch. You should have told me. I don't like to advertise that I do Twitch, especially not in John's community, because then it feels like I'm taking away from him. He knows I do it. I don't like to advertise that though, because I want to keep up with Twitch etiquette. I'd like to respect the streamer who streams who I'm in their
yeah,
chat. I don't like to be that person. But I do Twitch. Yes, I do. Currently I do Mondays and Saturdays. Monday's D&D, Saturday is the podcast.
ooh,
Oh, thanks Nolo.
yeah,
um but Saturday's a podcast. We do it every week unless there's a unforeseen circumstances. And then I try and do streams in between. I haven't had a chance to do them lately, but I hope to get back into doing in between streams too. So
absolutely, absolutely. And I believe we've got our, I think we've got our guest here. I think
is he here?
he is
Oh, is
here,
he here?
but
Oh, my
I
buddy.
don't know if he's ready and stuff. Is he ready?
Are you
Yeah,
ready, buddy? You ready to
yeah.
get in? Because we can
So
get you in at the end of the discussion and we can talk this out and then we'll get into your interview, buddy.
is that okay?
We good?
Yes, yes, this is
Yeah.
wicked.
Woo!
So we'll try and do this very quickly because I know John is absolutely eager to start off with on the podcast itself. So we'll try and do it as quickly as possible. But going through the article, as I said, why so many teens use video games to meet others. It is been, eh, as I said, it's just so difficult now because, as I said,
Hi, John.
you just don't know what to expect at all. To be fair,
Yeah, yeah, totally.
and personally, I mean, I don't think the teens understand these days. I mean, unless they know and they think, "Oh, yeah, we'll be fine."
Like I said, I would like to believe that they do. I like to believe that people tell them, "Hey, don't let don't let people information that you don't want to know. Be careful who you meet." Da, 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 da. I'd like to think that they do, but I don't feel like they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And
really, really don't think that they do. So,
no, no, no. But do you know what I mean? It's like, especially if people who've got like difficulties or like
mhm,
disabilities or understanding of how, you know, mad, to be fair. You don't know what goes through people's minds and
mhm, yep,
twists them. at the same time, but you just never know what's going to happen. But um, I know, and if, from your perspective, I know you've met so many people streaming.
Mhm.
I've met a few people
Yeah.
streaming actually, and it
And
was
playing games too. Like I'm that person that fits. I'm the adult that fits in that category playing games too.
uh,
Like, I
yeah.
mean, I'm the person that fits in that category because my social life is playing games and streaming. That's what I do socially in John's community and a couple other communities that I follow. Um, that's what I do for social time is streams and streaming communities. And I personally like that's where I meet most of my friends. Like I'm going down to a meetup in Dallas where there's 65 of us between 3 different communities and we're all going to hang out and talk and have a good time in like 2 weeks. So, I mean, that's how
That's
I
mad.
make friends is streaming and going into communities and playing games and talking about things that we have similar in common, like Nolo and like Katie and like John, of course. So, like, just these people that I get a chance to meet just by doing this stuff. So, and I love it. I love it. And I know to be careful. And I know that sometimes I know that I can come across as being a little bit weird, and I'm sorry.
I
John.
I I could in the background. He's absolutely pissing himself laughing now at the same time. So
If
we'll
you
get
want us to get you on the screen, you are welcome to do so, John. We can get you on this. Give Malk a heads up if you want to get on the screen. Just let us know. We'll finish this conversation and we'll get in with our
yeah.
discussion
Yeah,
with you,
okay,
buddy.
cool. I know he's eager because I want to know the answer. Actually,
Yeah.
I really do want to know the answer. To be fair, so just see how it goes with that.
We're all
But
weird. Shit, I'm weird. Me too, Nolo. I own my weirdness.
what?
I already
What?
warned John before meeting in Chicago. I
oh,
love it. I love it.
oh, mad scene. To
Own
be
the
fair,
weirdness, man. Own it.
do you get one of those red stamps and you just like owned of weird?
Yeah.
That's like
Like, get a
that's
stamp
it.
that says, I know I'm weird. It's okay. Or a button. I need a button that says
it's
that.
not on the hands, but you never know what's going to
I
happen with
need
the
a button
stamp
that says
itself.
that. I totally need. Yeah, me too, John. I'd wear one of those too. Like, I need a button that says I'll just keep it on my shirt at all times.
Wow. Fair dues, fair dues. Have you got any more trance before we start the interview with the streamer?
No. I'm good. Let's get my buddy in here and
Should we just
let me
wait?
let me grill him.
Should we wait till the half past? Because that's what we agreed on that
I mean,
one. To be
if he
fair,
wants to pop in on channel now, he's welcome to. As I said, give Malk a thumbs up if you're good to get on camera now, buddy. We're welcome
cool.
to have you if you want
So,
to.
can I just say,
Kills the shit out of him.
yeah,
I love it, Nolo.
you will get the opportunity in the Ask Us Anything part, which you'll be
If he's still
absolutely
here with
loving.
us, that yes, you will.
Yeah, hopefully, anyway. But here we go. Can I just say a fantastic streamer? That's massive. I'll say again,
He's
massive
awesome.
streamer. Trance was like, "Ah,
I was
massive."
John, I'm not even lying. I was
Like,
so freaking excited for this,
yeah,
dude. When you said yes, I'm like, yes.
I was like, wow, it was just unbelievable. After 49 episodes, we've got one of the
Totally,
big
I know, right?
49 episodes. You heard that right. 49 episodes. That is, I can't stop repeating it. 49 episodes. Biggest one.
49, y'all. We had
Yeah,
had 2 seasons of 20 each, and then this is the 9th one.
absolutely. Can I just say a massive good evening and, well, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to John.
John!
Hello, how
What's
y'all
up,
doing?
buddy? How are
Hello.
you?
How you
Doing really
doing?
good, really good. Thank y'all very much for having me on here. Like, can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah,
All
buddy.
good?
We got
All
you.
good.
We
Good,
got
good.
you.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for real. And like, congratulations on 49. Y'all are almost at 50. I'm like freaking stoked for y'all. That's awesome.
We thought this was gonna be our 50th episode. I was like, this is
Mm.
the great way to celebrate and get John on here. But then like it wasn't. So like, all right, 49 will do.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
That's
close enough.
awesome.
But
Cool.
yeah, but like I said, John, good evening to you. Hope you're having a fantastic evening so far in the Easter weekend. And
Oh, yeah.
are you looking forward to the interview with the questions itself coming up now?
Yes, I heard I was getting straight grilled, and so
I,
That's what Nolo said to do.
well, I don't want to be the potty pooper, or anything like that. But be professional at this stage. Oh no,
Grill
we're
the
not
shit out of John.
professional. No, we're not professional itself.
We are always professional. What are you talking about?
But you never
This
know.
2-man production team is always professional. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean, don't you? So basically, these questions are mainly for obviously when we did the interview with the streamer. These are like generic questions of how they could be questions of how they started, what they like, etc. Unfortunately, no grilled shit out moments. I
Hey,
promise
we
you that.
might get there. There might be a side question. We'll see.
All right. I was hoping I'd be like, well done after this, but we're good. We're good.
But we'll
Can't
try.
roast you that bad.
But we'll try and do it as quick as possible so we can do the Ask Us Anything, and that's when the grilling starts.
Heck
That's
yeah,
the
there
real
you go.
fun part.
I
That's
like
the fun part.
I
So
like it.
here we go. So I'll let Trans to do the interviews. Now, before the stream, we had Trans asked nicely to John
did.
8 different numbers, and these are all different numbers of the questions that you may have heard before when we did the streamers
If
in
you've
the
been here
past.
before. If not, it's all new to you.
Yeah, for the streamers who joined in
And our
never
audio
know.
people, same thing.
Yeah, the usuals itself, but that'll be it. But overall, I hope you have a good luck with the questions, and I'm sure they'll be absolutely fine. No pressure moments. And Chance, I'll let you do the honors.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Malk. And this is my friend Malk. John, he and I have been friends since I started streaming. He's an awesome
Hello.
dude.
Heck
Absolutely love him. I mixed up those question numbers you gave me, so you don't know what questions go with what numbers. So
John's like, shit. I expected these questions to be.
I've got all these notes over here. I've been like writing down. No, I don't know. Just pulling their notebooks out.
All right. So,
No.
first question I have for you, John, is what got you into streaming? And this could be for your YouTube channel or for your Twitch. Either of them, either is fine, or both, whatever you want to discuss.
Yeah, it's a good question. Like, I was okay. So me and my friend Chris were like, I was in between touring and playing a lot of shows, and it was like this downtime in my life, and it was right before the pandemic. So, I was listening to podcasts a lot while driving, and my friend Chris was like, "Dude, you want to start a podcast?" And I'm one of those people. If you say, "Do you want to do something?" Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah, let's freaking do it." So like. The next week, I was like, let's do it. Come over to my house. We'll set it up and let's shoot one. And it was on like an old school GoPro. I mean, like a really old GoPro, had no microphones, like nothing set up. It was just really thrown together. And we started doing that. And that kind of like started streaming for me. And then just later on down the road, it kind of like progressed into like just gaming streams and then just reaction content and like just kind of everything. But really started from that conversation with Chris for sure.
That's similar to what happened with us.
Yeah.
We were playing a game and he had really good commentary because he does commentary on F1.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, you have a really good announcer voice or a really good talk show host voice. And he's like, he goes, really? You think so? I was like, yeah. And I was like, we should do a podcast. I made a joke saying we should do a podcast, do a show together. And he's like, yeah, we should. And so we started pretending like we were doing it. And then like more I thought about it, the next morning, I realized it was actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, Malk, we should do a podcast.
Yeah. I like it.
Like 10 exclamation points.
Yes.
It was long.
It was very long.
Well, it's like, I don't know, like Chris is a really good ideas person. Like he'll come up with like really cool things. And I think I'm the person that's like, I'm a really motivational person. So I'm like, yeah, it's freaking yes. Okay. I like it. And so I don't know. I feel like if that conversation didn't happen that day, like I probably wouldn't be streaming. I probably wouldn't be doing like everything that I'm doing now. So it's just like, it's crazy how like a little tiny domino will knock down and like create something crazy, you know?
Totally. I feel that 100%.
It's always the way. It's always the way. It's like when you press this button, does it work? And then you're like, shit. It went over the top. That's it.
Turns out that was the nuke button. Oh my god.
Exactly. That's what happened with Trans when she said, let's do a podcast.
Yes.
The nuke.
Yeah.
Noah goes, we need to thank Chris. We wouldn't even have a chance to meet you if that didn't happen.
Dude, right? Yes.
It's all thanks to Chris. Next time we see him live, we'll tell him thank you.
And funny something else too with that, like Chris is actually the reason I started Twitch streaming as well. Like he was really wanting to Twitch stream. And he kept talking about it and talking about it. And on all of our podcasts, he was like, I think I'm going to stream next week. And like that would happen for months. It was just like, I think I'm going to stream next week. I think I'm going to stream. And finally, I was like, dude, I am going to show you how easy it would be for you to do this. So then I started streaming. Like I streamed on my PlayStation 4 with the little PlayStation 4 camera and on my bed, like in my master bedroom. And that was like my first stream setup was like on my bed, PS4, and then like it just kind of like blew up after that. But it was a lot of like humble beginnings, I guess.
I love it. Thanks, Thorn, for making me a button. I appreciate it. I'll check the DMs when we're done here. I have my I'm weird button. It's great.
Oh,
All right.
nice. Yes.
Question number 2 I have for you. Well, not number 2, but the second question I have for you today is what are some of your biggest influences in gaming or streaming, if you have any?
Yeah. I don't know, like influences like Final
Aside
Fantasy
from
7,
Chris.
I guess. Yeah, right. I don't know, like definitely I'm a huge fan of like Final Fantasy 7 for gaming. Like I'm a massive that got me into music, that got me into like so many different things. Actually even like helped me reading whenever I was a little kid. Like I hated reading and hated school. And you know, you had to read RPGs back then. So
That's true.
that was a struggle we had to overcome with freaking Cloud and all the dudes. So yeah, Final Fantasy 7 I would say is like a huge I don't know, like inspiration, I guess, for me. But
nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
So the next question I have is what game made the biggest impact on you when you were younger? So you said Final Fantasy 7. Is there any other ones that would have like really, really hit home for you at that particular time when you were younger, when you were playing the games?
I don't know. I mean, like, I guess, you know, growing up, if I probably never played like Mario and Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't have really even given games like Final Fantasy or like Resident Evil. I remember like going to my dad's house over summer break, and he was like, I think he was like a district manager or something like that. So if you went over there during summer break, you would not see him from like the normal business hours, like 9 to 5. He's just gone. So he's like, I got to give these kids something to do while I'm gone. So he bought us a PlayStation, and he was like, I can get a game and my brother could get a game. And so I got Final Fantasy 7 and my brother got like Resident Evil. I think either the first one or the second one. And it's so weird because like I feel like our lives kind of went in those directions. Like my brother is now like a military dude. Pretty sure he's like Chris Redfield in kind of a way. And then like I don't know. I'm over here fighting. I don't know, like Shinra. I guess I don't know. I don't know how I'm anything like any of the Final Fantasy, but you know,
fair freaking play. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, fair freaking play with that.
Yes, heck yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Actually, yeah. It's so weird how like certain games just like inspire you to go a certain way in life. I have books and games like that.
Yeah, I don't like the music from Final Fantasy 7. I feel like I didn't realize how much it affected me in my life and like how much an influence it spent on me until we went to there's the orchestra that they do every once in a while. And they had one in Nashville last year. Oh, this is like such a cheesy thing, I swear. And I was not like hamming it up. I was with my wife, so I felt super awkward about it. But they played the intro to Final Fantasy, and it was the first song of the orchestra. And I'm not this dude, okay? I'm a huge metal person. Like tears started swelling up in my eyes. I was like, oh God. And I didn't realize like how much I loved the music and like how much it affected me. But man, I was like, phew, that
Final Fantasy music is amazing, bro. Like it's so good.
Right?
I think you know what we have to get for John next time.
What?
Just get some more Final Fantasy stuff for him, and that'll be it. So, that'll be awesome.
We'll I will have to look and see what we can find. We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. No, listen, Super Mario making me feel old. I remember playing that a long time ago. Me too, Nolo. Me too.
Back in the 100%. Day. Back in the days. Always.
All right. So next question I have is what in games that you play, what kinds of characters do you relate to the most, and how so? Would you say?
I don't know. That's a good question. Like recently, I guess playing games. Like, do y'all have this problem with streaming? Sometimes you have like it's really hard to connect with the character that you're playing a game of because of streaming, in a sense.
Yeah.
So
I do, actually.
Yeah, it's like a catch. So if I'm streaming, it's really hard for me to connect story-wise or, like, to that person that I'm playing as. But
Yeah,
there've been games recently, that I love playing on stream, and if I'm like, "Man, I cannot wait to play this game again," on
Mhm.
stream, I'll try to play it off stream as well too, and really, like, get into the story. And, so, like, Ghost of Tsushima, freaking
Yeah.
love the
Mhm.
story of that, and I love the character. And then, like, Ghostwire Tokyo, I loved that game too, and, like, the story was really cool.
That story
Man,
was really cool. I remember
yeah,
watching you play. I was like, dude, this is such a cool game.
I
I love this game.
it was such a sleeper for me, like, I really didn't I wanted to play whenever it first came out, but I think Elden Ring came out, and
Oh yeah.
something else came out right around that same time, and I was like, "Jesus, there's no way I could play this game." But,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did.
We and Matt, we talked about those too, Malk, when we did the E3 episode in season 1. Our 3rd
Oh,
episode was the E3 episode,
oh,
and
heck yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo, Elden Ring, and other stuff that came out
I think
yeah.
recently was behind that.
was it Stranger Paradise or something like that? Because I think that came out around the same time, maybe.
Hmm.
I think
That
so.
wasn't one of the ones that we reported on, but
No,
I
no.
mean,
You're lucky. You're lucky. I went like a lot of cards in on that one on my YouTube channel. I was covering a lot of gaming stuff, and I was like, Stranger Paradise, gonna be the greatest game of all time. And no,
I
very
think,
underwhelming.
yeah. I,
yeah,
I think
So to speak.
I think it's because when you pick a game that you think, yeah, this is
Mhm.
the one, and
Yeah,
then someone catches you out, you're like, ha, that is not the biggest game of the year, and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and then you're like, back off,
Yep,
basically, pretty much, and that's all
100%.
it is. So it's
Yeah, yeah. Like Elden Ring was a game that I knew was going to be amazing. So like,
Mhm.
because I mean, just track record, I guess, of like From Software, in my opinion, at least. Like they have like
yeah,
all the Dark Souls games and
Yeah.
Sekiro and Bloodborne. So they've got like all these huge. If you really don't like them, you don't like them. If you like them, you're obsessed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so I was like, I think this game's gonna be great. But just, dude, I wish I would have gave Ghostwire Tokyo a chance sooner.
That
So
was
fun.
really cool. Yeah, that was a really cool game to watch you play.
Thank you.
I when I saw the trailer for Elden Ring and reported on it in
Mhm,
E3 episode,
mhm.
I was like, "Oh my god, this game looks freaking gorgeous." You could
Yeah,
even ask I told him, I said that to you. I was like, "This game looks freaking amazing."
yeah.
And I was so excited about it. And I never played a
Exactly the
Dark
same.
Souls game. I knew of them, but I
Ah,
never played one.
heck yeah.
Exactly the same expressions that she just
Yeah,
done.
100%.
Spot on, to be fair
Nice,
as well.
nice. There's
Yeah.
such like I don't know, it's almost like I've said it. I think you might have to be a masochist of some kind to really enjoy those games because you're gonna
Yeah,
die a lot. And but
I've heard.
it's just like very rewarding once you do finally beat that boss that you've been dying to like a
Yeah.
thousand times, and you finally beat him. You're like, I cannot be stopped. But
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
and then you took the game away. You think, I am not going through that boss again.
Mhm.
Goodbye. Out
Yes,
here.
100%, 100%.
Thorin said he saw a video of the concert you were talking about earlier, and he said it was amazing. And Nolo says, "Ooh, good question." Talking about the question I just asked you, and yes, a big relief. Agreed. I can 100% understand that.
Absolutely.
So question number 5 for you is, and I don't want to say anything because I want to hear it from your mouth because I know how I feel about your community, but I want to hear it come from you. So how would you describe your community in a few sentences or less, like a paragraph?
Oh God. Oh God. I don't know. I'm gonna first off say like just the most supportive community. I mean, I'm sure like a lot of people will say that, but seriously, I've seen a lot of people that are like in our community that send me DMs and just say thank you. And like even if I haven't talked to that person that sends me a DM, they're like, dude, thank you so much. Freaking love Army Bots, and like the community that you've created here helps me a lot. So very supportive, crazy, which is me as well too. We're all crazy, and
Yeah.
I like that. We're all a little unhinged, which is great. And yeah, I don't know, just and very welcoming too. I mean, it's been so cool. I've been in like gaming communities, I've been in musician communities with different bands and stuff that I've been in, which a lot of those have been there's a lot of give and take with it. But with this, it's just different. It's like I feel like everybody's just here. They're not expecting something out of everybody else. It's not like, oh, you like support if you aren't here on my stream for like 4 hours, I hate you now or something. And it's like nobody's expecting anything. We're just all cool with each other, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I think that makes a really healthy community. So,
I
yeah.
mean, even in the short time I've been in your community, they've been amazing. Like when y'all were
Mm.
originally talking about the meetup, and everyone's like, "Are you coming to the meetup?" I'm like, "I don't even know if
Yeah.
I can make it. I'll try."
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and then like
Ugh.
finding out that there's gonna be like, well, at first we had, I think it was like
Mm.
140 something people that said they were coming, and then out of those people, like, you don't really expect to see, I guess, that many people, and plans change. I know Suga had the concert release and all these
Mhm.
different things, but whenever we got like a verified, here's how many rooms are booked, that's just the rooms that are booked. There's like 65 rooms. I don't know how
Yeah.
many people have plus ones and all this stuff. So like, I'm blown away by that. That freaking is nuts. And so I don't know. I love it. It's awesome.
Nice. Hi, Lost Among the Stars. Good to see you. Welcome to my channel. No,
almost
Alyssa
that-
is a big family, and it really does feel like that. Honestly, 100%.
Mhm.
I mean,
Good to
that
see you,
is
Stars.
that's just holy shit. That's massive.
Yeah,
With
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah.
And in a
that's-
random place too. Like honestly, I think we're gonna try to eventually do a meetup in like my home state, Nashville, or my hometownish kind of in Nashville.
yeah.
So hopefully we'll be doing that. And it will be like, I know that there's a lot of people in Nashville or the surrounding areas that are like, hey, I want to meet you, but I can't get all the way out there. So we're gonna do
Yeah.
that. Be fun.
Yeah, totally. And I was like, when you were saying that, I was like, well, if I don't go to Dallas, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, yo,
He's like,
heck
I'm
yeah.
not far from you.
Mhm. Heck yes.
I was really excited when I found out you were a Tennessee stringer. I'm like, this is so cool.
Right? Yeah.
I couldn't
Dude.
believe it. I didn't think people existed.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I'm actually gonna be going on this Tuesday. I'm going to like a songwriter. It's a reality TV show pilot that they're shooting, I think.
Mhm.
And there's 2 other streamers that are reactors that are gonna be there, and they're from Nashville. I think one of them now lives in LA, but they're flying into Georgia to do this, and then the other one's from like Brentwood. So it's
Mhm.
like all of us react to different BTS type stuff, and
Yeah.
we're all from here. I was like, what in the world? This is crazy. So
That's how I found John's channel, by the way. He was doing BTS reactions, and I stumbled across it on a YouTube spiral. Okay.
that's awesome.
I was like, this is so great.
Bish,
Absolutely
back
love
off.
your reactions. And then I started hanging out with him all
Oh,
the time
thank
on
you.
his channel.
Heck
So.
yeah.
No, listen, my plans changed. My boss told me I couldn't get those days off for Dallas, and also said hi to Stars as well. So
Aw.
I like to make sure the people who make comments are recognized, because the audio portion as well, they can't see the comments. So, and we do put ours on audio too. So, and Aisha, Aisha Sings, thank you so much for being here.
Hello.
Yay! That's how you found him, 2 stars. Yeah. All right, cool. So next question I have for you is, what is there, if there are any gaming conventions that you really pay attention, which ones were they, and what are your favorite parts of those conventions?
I was a huge fan of E3. Like growing up, I loved
Mhm.
seeing that. So it's kind of making me sad that that's not going to be a thing right now, but
Yeah.
it has been kind of going downhill a little bit. So like I'm really excited to see Summer Games Fest this year. They had a lot of really good releases last year. I think they're going to do like even more this year. He's trying to build it a lot. And
Nice.
then also just like PlayStation showcases, the showcases that they do are freaking awesome. So I think those 2, I know that PlayStation Showcase isn't really a convention, I don't guess.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. They do like do y'all feel like conventions are going to start going more online? Like we're going to get more of the PlayStation Showcase, less of the E3 type things?
I think so. I mean, I think that's part of, well, I mean, they won't say that, but I think it's part of why E3 was canceled this year, because of that. And we did just report on that too in the news segment. We were talking about E3 being canceled.
Yeah.
But it's been very up and down lately. But yeah, there's so many companies, excuse me, soda. There's so many companies that are going to online stuff. Hey, this is real life, y'all.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
There's so many companies that are going to online showcases now that I think that that's going to become more of the mainstream, even after COVID's cleared, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. I think it'll still be, because it's so convenient and it saves them so much money. I think that would be the choice, the preferred choice for most of the companies that are going to be releasing games.
I really like I got tickets. I got a media press pass thing for the PAX East, but at the time that I was so excited. Last year I got turned down for it. I was like, no, and I was really covering games a lot on my channel, and I was so bummed. I was like, but this year I got approved for it, and then it was on the year that on the same weekend that I'm gone for vacation, and I was so bummed, dude. I already
Dude.
made
Oh
like all these
Oh,
plans.
no.
mate.
I mean, I guess it's like a good reason not to go is that we were on vacation, but at the same time, I was watching all these people post about like Final Fantasy 16 release news and like getting to meet with all these creators. I was like,
The FOMO is real.
I know. Oh, I felt so bad, but like, and then too, I was getting all these emails like, different companies. Once you get a media pass or whatever, like the companies that are there, they'll send you invites to do interviews with them. They'll be like,
Mhm.
"Oh, we're available at this time. You want to come by?" And I kept getting emails, and I was like, I had to tell all these people no. I was like, I'm so sorry. It was horrible.
I-
So next year,
Yeah. I
John,
mean, and we were talking
go
about
on.
if we can grow the channel, we were talking
Mhm.
about how much we would like to do stuff like that because if we do an article on something, we can report it with an article and
Yeah.
obviously a reference. But like if we were there, it would be really cool to do like on the site place and stuff like
Yeah.
that. We really want to grow the podcast and be able to do stuff like that
Yeah.
too.
Dude, it's
Because
definitely possible. And like all those websites have just under the contact us stuff or the FAQ, they
Mhm.
have like apply for media passes, and that's all I did for PAX. I was like, I'm going to this. So I applied for it and all that stuff, and they blew up in my face. But
Yeah.
and E3 too. I got a freaking media pass for E3, by the way.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I was so
Oh,
excited.
mate.
Bro, it's crazy.
I was going to say, Trans. John's thinking, shit. I had the chance to get this opportunity, and it was like,
Yeah.
bastard.
I was
Got
so
away
upset,
from
man.
it, so-
Some of the interviews would have been so freaking cool to do because
That would've
like
been really
I'm
cool,
just a
yeah.
random person too, so I would have asked really dumb questions. But
You are very, very much a random person.
yeah,
I can completely confirm that.
yeah.
So another question I have, the second to last question I have for you is what things do you look for when deciding on a new game to play?
I mean, honestly, like now it's kind of up in the air. I definitely will try to put a little bit more research into a game before I just like blindly buy it or whatever. Because used to, I was just like, I need something to stream or something. But now I'm putting a lot more research into it. I think Forspoken kind of burned me last time. Like it was like $69 or like something like that for the game, and I was like, and I really didn't end up liking it that much. So like now I kind of want to, if there's a demo, I want to play through it and like really just enjoy the gameplay, I guess, first. And then if I like the gameplay, hopefully the story's really good. So
Yeah. I mean, I feel that because I like the story too. Like for
Mhm.
me, story is like there's got to be some sort of story. If there's not, then I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
I'm so not into it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I feel that 100%.
Yeah.
Last question I have for you. This went really, really fast, actually. You were like on this, man, dude. Last question I have for you in this segment, per se, would be what games have you been playing a lot or have been obsessed with lately on or off the stream? I know of at least one.
Yeah.
Because I've been there for it.
Yes. Well, like on stream, I'm going through Resident Evil 4 remake, which I freaking love that game. And I've been playing it actually off stream as well too. But a game that I've only been playing off stream that probably people don't know about is Wulong. I've been playing that so much, man. I am
Oh,
obsessed.
nice.
Such a fun game. It's like
Cool.
it's different. Have y'all ever heard of like Neo? Did y'all ever play those games?
Not that I haven't played them.
No, I will be honest, I haven't, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mal plays more games than I do.
Okay.
Strangely
Yeah.
enough.
I
Which is weird.
I do, but it's just well, lately I haven't, but it's just like in the past, it's just been loads of
He
the
played more
retro.
than I did. Like when we talking about a game,
yeah.
I'm like, I haven't played that. And he's like, yeah, I played it. I'm like, okay. I didn't know you played that, but okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about Detroit Becoming Human. That was one of the ones you were talking about.
God, that game's so good.
He loves that game, yeah.
The story of that is amazing.
Yeah.
I think Heavy Rain. There was Heavy Rain. That was the first one. That was absolutely epic.
Mhm.
What was the second one now? Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah.
That was the other one. With the same creators that they
Mhm.
it's the decision making that's
Yeah.
like is it right? Is it wrong? Is it
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just all those shit moments you think,
Yeah.
bollocks, you don't want it to mess up or anything like
Mhm.
that at all. But I hope it's a shame that they haven't done sequels. Like I would have loved to
Yeah.
have seen a Heavy Rain sequel, but
Oh,
I could understand
dude.
why they didn't want to do it
Yeah.
because it was so great. I mean, I don't want to spoil people who've never played it. If you haven't played it, where the hell have you been?
It's
That's
so
my
freaking
answer.
good, dude.
I've
Yeah.
been living under a rock. What the hell, Malk?
I am disappointed in you.
I
Chad.
think it's like
To be fair.
it was free on PlayStation, like on PlayStation Now or something like that. But dude,
Yeah,
that game, it's amazing. It's so
yeah.
good.
You heard that, Chance. You need to get it.
Okay,
It's so
okay.
good.
I heard it.
It's like a little bit of a slow burn. Like the first maybe hour, you're gonna be like, "What am I doing?" But I swear it's worth it. It is so good.
I think it's the action-packed moments that Chance will be like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, yeah.
More or less.
Me and my friend,
I don't know. I've played some pretty crazy games. I don't know.
yeah,
Play it.
my brother came back from like basic training, and him and his friend from basic came back to my house, and they spent the weekend with me or whatever. And my brother's friend Mark, me and him went to Walmart, I think, bought like one of those huge freaking bags of like great value cereal. I think I got like a massive thing of like Colossal Crunch Berry or something.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
we both got like a huge thing of cereal, huge thing of milk, and then just came home that whole weekend, played Heavy Rain together, and just ate through probably like our weight in freaking, I don't know, Captain Crunchberry, and played
Want to
through that
be
whole
Captain
game.
Crunch?
It was so good. Oh my god, I
Oh.
swear. But
I
that was,
honestly like the generics better than some of the main brands.
dude,
Actually,
Colossal
They're actually
Crunchberry
good.
slaps around the captain a little bit. I'm just saying.
Saying, yeah,
See,
100%.
John knows. John knows. Bish bash
I'm with
bosh
you on
way.
it. I'm with you
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
That's mad. To be fair, that's
That's
absolutely
cool.
mad.
Awesome. That's awesome.
It's
And
such a
thank you so much for that follow, Stars. Oh my God, all the love to you. Thank you so
Stars.
much. And Noah said plot and storyline makes the game good. 100%. You're right.
Mhm.
100%. So that's the end of the interview with me. You can stick around for a little bit longer if you want. Maybe some of our friends and your viewers can grill you
Dun,
to
dun, dun.
their satisfaction.
This is the part where all the viewers are going to be absolutely loving this.
This is the fun part.
Oh,
This is the
nice.
fun part.
Well,
So
heck
this-
yes.
So this is the ask us anything part. So basically, you can ask any question as long as it's
Within reason.
within reason. That's the word I was after. Within reason to make sure be
Not
spot
trying
on.
to dox anybody here.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want our podcast to be shut down after like
Oh, hell no.
that point.
Oh, man.
So,
49 episodes, we don't even hit the 50th. I'd be mad.
yeah, can you imagine that? That's insane. But yeah, you can ask any questions. You can either ask to myself, Retro Wolf Live, or AKA Malk. You can either ask to Trans, or you could ask to John, or you
To
could ask us to
John!
all
Well, he's
three
with
of
us.
us. If you want to ask a question to all three of us, don't put the name of them, and when I read the question out, it will be on the bottom, and that's what it will do.
100%.
So,
Heck yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to start off to John, and then I'll be
Go,
thinking,
Mal.
shit. This I'm not no grilling. I promise you that. I'm no grilling. Is there been any best retro games except for Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah.
Or any of the Final Fantasies?
Mhm.
What's been your best retro top 3 games of all time that you played?
Okay. This is kind of the first one's kind of, it's not a cop out. I swear it's like one of my favorite games from my childhood. And in fact, I still play it. But Super Mario RPG, I freaking love that game. Would that be
No
considered
way.
retro?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
I
sad
would
day.
consider
But
that
yeah,
retro.
that freaking love that game, and I still play it every once in a while. It's like such a, I don't know, I love that like style. And like two more. I've got like have you ever heard of Golden Sun?
I've the name rings a bell, but I just can't remember like the years itself.
Yeah.
But I know which one you mean. I think
Probably that, and then I would also say like Street Fighter, probably Street Fighter 2 in particular. I was obsessed with that game. I freaking
which version though? That's the main
Oh.
question. Which version? There's different
Maybe
types of Street
Alpha,
Fighter.
maybe? Was it Alpha?
There
I
was a Turbo and an Alpha, I think, or maybe Alpha Turbo. Well, maybe come on, I can't remember.
I can't. It was on Super Nintendo. I remember playing it on
The
Super
SNES.
Nintendo. Me and my brother would just like beat the crap out of each other. It was just like it's just mayhem for
You know
however long.
You know what's great? You could hear the word Tairoken. Oh, that's it.
Yes,
That'll be it.
yeah.
I know that. I know
That's
that
still a
was
thing.
Yeah, I still probably get my brother that every once in a while. I see him
yeah,
just
yeah.
launch a pillow at him like that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I
Yes.
could just imagine it now, just like hi, Hooken, and then just and like, how dare you
Yeah.
do this to me? That's it.
Do you feel like now thinking about it, do you guys think that I don't know which one came out first, but Dragon Ball with the Kamehameha got it from from Street Fighter, the Hadouken?
I would say maybe, or at least was inspired.
Well,
Right.
At least.
Street Fighter 2 came out in 1992 or 91. No, 92, 93, I think it was.
Hmm.
So, and I think Dragon Ball Z came out a bit later on. I think it was
Yeah.
95,
So it might have
96.
been inspired, maybe, or
Yeah.
influenced at
Right.
least.
Yeah.
We can't say this one. We have to say something
Yeah.
different. Let's
Yeah.
go with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kamehameha. Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah.
That works.
Totally works. Totally not ripping it off, guys. Totally.
Totally
Oh.
not. Totally not.
Fair,
Easter egg for those fans.
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no! I mean that those were good answers actually for the retro side of things
Yes.
on that one. To be fair, and
I was
mean,
impressed.
I
You did good.
top notch, top notch.
Oh, thank you. I guess.
But yeah, I mean, from my perspective, from
Mhm.
my side, I love the N64. That was my
Oh,
first
yes,
console.
Mhm.
Yeah.
GoldenEye,
Oh,
Mario Kart 64, Diddy
Mm.
Kong Racing,
Nice.
Super Mario 64, of
yes.
course.
It's so good.
Have you ever tried the ROMs? Well, not inspired by it, but have you tried the other ROM versions of the Super Mario on the emulator itself? Have you ever tried that before?
I haven't yet, but I would love to though. There's one on they actually just on the Switch came out with like kind of a ROM type thing or like an emulator type thing for
Yeah.
is it Mario 6 is 64 on that? Do you know?
Yeah, so on the Switch, you could either get the Nintendo expansion pack, which
Mhm.
you have to pay like another, in the UK, it's like another 50 quid or
Mhm.
40 quid. But I think in the US, I think it's more like $60, $70, I think it is.
Oh,
but
dang,
you'll get,
yeah.
More,
but you'll
yeah.
get loads of the, you get loads of the games.
Mhm.
But overall, it's best to get the emulator
Yeah,
personally
yeah.
because you don't want to. I mean, I've got it and it's great,
Mhm.
but at the same time, with the emulators, you can just do whatever the fuck you want, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. You can like
Whenever.
speed it up like twice the speed or whatever too. Like you can on some of them that I've seen, like you can speed the games up so where you don't have to like wait through like
Yeah.
super slow dialogue and stuff or like
Y'all are talking about Nintendo Switch, and like I don't have a Switch, and as much as I've wanted one, I can't get one. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just over here like, okay, that's nice.
Poor
That sounds
Trent.
nice.
We're trying our hardest not to get back to the Nintendo Switch.
It's okay. It's
for
fine.
that one,
It's fine.
to be
I'm all right
fair.
with it. It's cool. There's a
So-
lot of things I'm just like, okay.
But with the Switch,
Sure.
John, just to carry on with that, to be fair, there is loads of stuff. I mean, have you ever tried the Super Mario 2 Maker type stuff? Have you
Oh,
seen that?
I think we have it. It's like on the I'm trying to think what it's called.
The Wii U?
It's
Wii U?
maybe. Well, is the newer one that's on the Switch is like Super
Yeah, the
Mario
new
Maker
yeah.
Switch
Two.
or something like that or
No,
2?
it's two.
There you
Super
go.
Mario.
Yeah. Yes. But
So
my daughter's made some that are like physically impossible. I'm like, why would you do this? Like the whole thing is just like those little spiky things that you can't step on.
It's all
yeah,
about the challenge. It's all about the challenge. And they'll tell you that. It's all about the
I'm like,
challenge. Can you do it? If you can't, oh well.
we can't do
If
it.
you can,
No.
wow.
Right.
going off the Switch, going back to the SNES version.
So Nolo said, I can't think of any questions. Steve goes, have we any of us seen the Super Mario Brothers yet? I have not seen the Super Mario
No,
Brothers
I have
movie yet.
not.
I don't know if I want to.
Mhm.
I've been reading the reviews. I'm like, maybe I'll
Yeah.
just wait.
So
Yeah.
you got doubts of the film then?
I have
Or-
heard very mixed reviews on this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to watch it and hate it. You know what I'm saying? And be like,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't worth it.
I do have like I love watching movies in the movie theater sometimes because there's like AMC's have like helped make me want to go back to the movies because they're like nicer movie theaters and like
Yeah.
seats and stuff. But like, we were looking this morning, and I think it's on like Vudu or something like that. But you can actually go in and rent the movie or buy it for like $29, which is like the same if like you and somebody else go to the movies together.
Yeah.
And so I might try to get it just because like I'm a huge Super Mario fan, and it looks kind of like from what I've seen, it looks good, but all the reviews look horrible. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
It-
throw
it
up
ju-
for sure.
it
No,
just
listen, I don't have a Switch either, so I'm just shaking my head as well. That's why I was like, yeah, yeah.
It's like they try to avoid doing the live action. They try to avoid the live action that they did
Mhm.
back in '93. Don't get me
Mhm.
Yeah.
wrong, I still liked how they try to do the live action film. I don't know if you guys ever
You
seen
are
it.
like the
Mhm.
only person to ever say that in the history of probably ever.
Yeah, I know, I
You said
know.
it
But
before, and I'm like, you're probably the only person.
yeah, but don't get me wrong. I mean, it was when you was young, you think, yeah, this is cool. But then
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool.
but
It's
then
like
as you go
it's
older,
like the terrible costume TMNT.
yeah,
Yeah.
Which you're like, you're the kid, like, this is so cool, and then you watch it, you're like, I don't even know how I
Yeah.
like this. Because it's
So-
not totally tragic. Go with low expectations, and I think you may be pleasantly surprised.
Oh,
All right,
yes, that's
fair.
awesome.
That's fair.
I have to
Set the bar
keep an eye
low.
on that. To be fair, oh,
No low cap with the question. There we go.
No.
do you guys have a favorite gaming movie?
Mm.
Ooh, is this You need to emphasize this. Is this the animated version or the actual live action film, or is it both? That you need to answer that
Could be
question.
either.
If
If you're either, that's cool. Both.
oh, both.
There you go.
Shit. Okay. Bollocks.
I don't know. There's a lot of that where I was disappointed about. So
I loved the first Resident Evil, the
Mm.
Oh,
first one,
yeah.
the
Yeah, it
live
was
action
good.
one. I don't know about like I think the first and second one was good. After
Mhm.
that, it just dragged and dragged. To be fair,
Yes.
and also Mortal Kombat as
Mhm.
well.
I know that the graphics were horrible, but it was just great to
Still
watch.
so good, man.
Still great to watch.
Yeah. We were
Love
I was
it.
I was over at this is Jody, my wife, but whenever we were just dating, I was over at her house and Haven was there, and Haven was like 2 years old at this time, right? So she could talk okay, kind of, but she didn't
Yeah.
know what she was saying. And me and Jody were watching the old Mortal Kombat, and there's a part where either somebody gets like I think like the get over here part happens and like
Yeah.
Scorpion's thing like goes in the person's chest or something.
Yeah.
And Haven is sitting there on the couch eating popcorn, like between me and Jody, and she goes, "Oh damn!" And she's just eating the popcorn like nothing. And I was like, "What?" And she like Jody just dies laughing. Everybody there is like dying laughing, and she just
That's one of those moments.
yeah.
You're like, you shouldn't say that, but okay, we'll let you get
Yeah.
away with it this time.
Yeah, it's so funny, man.
I hear that all the time with kids at work. I'm like, oh my
Yes.
gosh,
Oh.
where'd you get that from?
Yeah, yeah. But oh my gosh, they just said Silent Hill. Oh, I
Mhm.
forget. The first one was so good, so good.
I did
Triangle
like Silent Hill too. Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
I liked Resident Evil and Silent Hill. I don't know if there's any animated things that I've really seen that I really liked. I heard
Mhm.
that the Final Fantasy CGI was pretty good.
Yeah.
I never watched it, but
Ooh,
I probably would like it.
yeah.
To be
I think
fair.
I can't
Final
remember if that was the Sorry, I couldn't
Mm.
remember if that was the prequel
Yep.
of everything. Of how it all started, but that was the CGI version, and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
really, really good. How they
Was
did it.
something children or children of something. It was supposed to be
There
really good. apparently.
yeah, there was like a Final Fantasy VII Advent Children or Advent
Yeah,
Children.
that's the one. That's the one.
But there was also one that was just called Final Fantasy, and I remember going to see that whenever I was a kid, expecting like a Final Fantasy 7 or an 8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was totally not that. I think it was called like The Spirit Within or something. Is a totally
That's
different
the one.
story.
Yeah.
And man, I want to go back and rewatch it as an adult and be like, what were they thinking? Because my childlike brain could not comprehend whatever story they were telling me. And I'm wondering,
Too
is it
much. Too
bad?
much.
I don't. Yeah. I
It
don't
was
know.
too much.
Oh,
So they're
fair.
throwing all this out. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was so different from everything I expected.
What-
But
Yeah.
but have y'all seen like the newer Mortal Kombat movie?
Mm-mm.
I haven't. No.
it's not bad, but it's not amazing. And I don't know, man. I don't know where it falls in that like ranking of best video game movie.
Ah,
that in between area somewhere,
Mhm.
that gray
but
space.
but
Mm.
is it better than the original though?
See,
the
that's
thing.
what I don't know. Nostalgia is definitely weighing in heavily on this, and I feel like the original was better because you got like I don't know, just
Yeah.
so many cool moments. Johnny Cash too, like or Johnny Cage. Johnny
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah, Johnny Cage, Johnny
Ah,
Cash.
Johnny
There's a new
Cash.
Johnny
character.
Cash,
He's
whole
just
different
got a
person.
guitar, just smashing fools, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the next Mortal Kombat character.
Yes,
Oh my
that needs
God.
to happen. If they haven't done it yet, it needs to.
You'll
That'd
see
be
a new
great.
character coming up on the news articles. A new
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash
coming up now.
game. Yeah.
Yes.
Bish, Bash, Bosh. I know.
So we got a few more minutes left in this, and if you guys have a couple more questions, get them on in, and because we know John's busy, and we don't want to hold him up too much longer,
Oh.
and we're just chilling, man. This is what I do every Saturday.
Oh, heck yeah,
This
there
is
you
what
go.
I do it.
She's just chilling. I'll just chill as well. That's it. Bish, Bash,
Yes.
Bosh, right?
Our little
That's
tiny box of the Twitch
Yes.
gaming
Yeah.
community over here.
I love it. I freaking love it.
Absolutely.
Heck yes. Heck
We have
yeah.
a great time here, though. Like normally, we get a lot more derailed than we did today because we were on a time limit. We're like, we gotta keep these
Oh,
timestamps.
yeah. Yeah. Well, like seriously, I just I was doing a lot of reactions beforehand because like
Yeah,
then
totally.
tonight we've got a I didn't know this, but in Nashville actually they're doing it's like a BTS dance party. And I had no clue that this was happening. And my wife sent me a thing and she was like, "Did you know about this?" And I was like, "No." And then I looked and I couldn't find tickets. And I went to message the person that's doing it, and they'd already sent me some. So I have 2 tickets for it. And I was like, "Yes."
Oh heck yeah!
But it's in Nashville. It's in the Exit Inn. So I
Oh,
used to play there a ton.
cool.
And
Are you
now I get to go.
taking one of your girls then, or are you
Well, it's an
taking?
18 and over, so it's gonna be me and Jody.
You and
But
Jody.
it's-
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. I'm so excited about it. It's gonna
That's
be fun.
awesome. That's so awesome, dude. That's great. I love it. That's amazing. Have a good time, man. Have fun.
Thank you. I'm not a dancer, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go up there and just robot the whole time.
He's just gonna do that. Just,
Yeah.
I
just
I
be doing this.
literally, so
I'll
in
see.
Dynamite, the Dynamite dance, I do
Mhm.
that all the time when I hear it on the radio at work.
Dude,
'Cause
yes.
it plays at work, and I was so bummed
Tons of-
because they used to only play the Kids Bop version of Butter, which is not nearly as good as the original. I mean, no Kids Bop version is ever good as the original, but this
Yeah.
one's just really bad. And I'm like, why do they even do that? Because the
Yeah.
original is great.
Right?
And they started finally playing it. And so now I gotta learn a dance from Butter. So I can do that too.
Yes. I think I'm gonna like speed learn how to do a lot of the dances. That way I can do it.
Watch those
Like,
videos, yeah.
yeah. And I'm not trying to be like stereotyping it or anything like that, but like in Nashville, I don't know how many army that are gonna be male that are gonna be there. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm gonna be just like, but
You might be surprised.
I hope so. I really do. Cause like I don't want to go there and like, I don't know, just connect with people. I think it's gonna be cool. It's like before the Dallas meetup, this will probably be one of the first time I've just met up with a lot of army. And I'm so excited. I hope there's a ton of people there. Like a lot.
I hope so too.
But I don't know. Yeah.
I didn't even know it was happening, or else I would have looked up tickets. I would have gone, man. I don't even know half the dances, but I would just gone just to hang out.
I don't know any of them. I've seen them all, so I'll know what they're doing whenever they're doing them. But as far as being able to do it, I'm like as coordinated as like a freaking possum. I don't know. I'm like, what's going on?
That's
here?
like MTAC for me. Like they at MTAC they did a K-pop dance challenge, and there's a lot of BTS songs, and I'm like, I know this song, I know this dance, but I can't do it, but I know it.
I think my brother's there today actually at MTAC.
Nice.
I think it's going on this weekend.
I loved MTAC. It was fun. I had a great time.
You'll see the news article next week. John will be doing his dance routine, and he'll be doing the slide. You'll be like, what? What? This is not hip
The
hop.
power slide, man.
Power slide.
Go for it.
Yes.
That's what it is as well.
Just power
Star
slid
said,
all the way
Star
through
said
the street.
Indianapolis. Go ahead. You're good. Go.
No, I'm just saying I was power sliding through the streets of Nashville, just across the streets. How do you
Awesome.
You just
I
gotta
love it.
try and do that all the time. Celebration. Yeah, that's cool.
I can see you doing that 100%. John. I can totally see you doing that. Stars goes, Indianapolis had one a few weeks ago, but I couldn't go. I was so sad. Noah says, just have fun, John. Lol. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So, how'd you enjoy being interviewed by me? For a
It was
change.
awesome. Yeah, heck yeah. Very cool. Y'all both did great. I like it. I like it. Very cool.
Yeah,
I bet,
this is our little slice of
yeah.
podcast heaven over here.
No.
I bet you was thinking, no pressure. Just enjoy the podcast. Just hope
Yes.
everything goes okay as
Yeah.
well. And that
Yeah.
was it.
It's always
most-
like it's
Go
fun
ahead.
being on like this side of it, because like
Yeah.
normally whenever I'm asking questions and stuff, I'm like, oh God, what am I gonna ask him? What if I can't think of stuff? And I'm so anxiety ridden anyways. I have no clue why. But like, I don't know, like being on this side of the camera is fun,
Yeah.
Oh.
And those questions that I have that list, that was mostly me
Yeah,
with some
yeah.
input from Malk. I'm like, what do you think about this question? He's like, it sounds good. I'm like, okay, we're going with
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
I'll come up with the idea and he'd be like, yeah, that's great, Trent. I was like, all right.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's ticked on the to-do list. That's done.
Done.
And then
Yeah.
I'll be like,
This
yeah,
took a lot of preparation when we first did it.
No,
So
heck
like,
yeah.
what, 3 weeks of preparation?
No.
have you got any main goals for yourself, John, like
Yeah.
in the near future? Like as in have you got a small goal that you're gonna look forward to at the moment? And then obviously we both now know that you're one of the big streamers now, to be fair.
I
But-
consider him a big streamer.
well,
From
Well,
my little
I am
corner,
now.
I consider him a big streamer. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
I am now. But what's your small goal and what's your big goal for
Yeah.
yourself? To be fair,
I don't know. I guess like overall arching goal is just to like try to leave like a good impact on my space of the world. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
want to let people know, like, I don't know, I guess just whatever people think of me, I want them to think of something positive, and then like, so I guess that's like my big overarching goal. I just want to be some kind of like a positive light in the world of some kind. But like smaller goals is I really want to be able to like do more of these meetups. So a Nashville meetup sometime soon, and then an East Coast meetup after that are going to be
Okay.
mine. And then also like I don't have it scheduled yet. I've got a message to them and they've agreed to it and everything, but I'm gonna be doing like getting a tattoo on stream, like a live streaming tattoo. So I'm excited about that. Like I've always talked about doing them. I've got a lot of tattoos, but like I'm getting one on stream in the guy's in his tattoo studio. He's gonna let me stream there, and I'm stoked.
Nice.
So.
Nice. And no, it's the same here. Trans in my corner, he's a big streamer.
Yeah.
I really, I you can ask Malk. I was actually excited and nervous at the same time. I was like, he's done podcasts. I hope he enjoys ours.
Yeah, definitely do. Y'all are freaking awesome.
We were just thinking, shit, please, everything goes okay.
Yeah,
I'm probably more nervous than you are, man.
No.
But
is it the BTS tattoo? Nola asks.
Yeah, it's a BTS logo tat. Well, it's not going to be a logo, but it's going to say "Life Goes On," and I'm going to get it somewhere in like this blank area here because I've got like it's kind of like my motivational arm of tattooing stuff. I've got a lot of random stuff on here, so I think I don't know where yet on here I'm going to get it, but somewhere in this general area. Blank space.
It's somewhere on this arm.
Yeah.
It could be the biggest arm ever, biggest tattoo ever.
Yeah,
that'll be it.
In my multiple years of wanting another tattoo, I always said that the next thing I want is a tree of life on one of my shoulders. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably the tattoo after that would probably be like either BTS Army logo or the BTS and Army connected logo or something like that. Because that would be really cool. That's important to me. So
yeah.
All right.
I feel embarrassed because there's like no tattoos at all. So.
Once you get
not
one,
part
you're
of
just
the
gonna
cool
jump off the deep end. And get them all.
Oh, sorry.
I got two. I got two tattoos. I do.
Yeah.
But they're both mostly covered. All right.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time, John? And Nolo, you said you had to go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. Talk to you later. I'll be checking in with your Twitch a lot. Thank you so much, Nolo. I appreciate you popping in.
Aw.
Yay! All the love to you. So, did you enjoy being here even for a short time?
Yeah, heck yes, for sure I did. And like, I like for sure. Thank you guys for inviting me on here. Like, I love doing stuff like this. I love talking to people, and like, I know, like, I was saying at the start of this, I wasn't sure that I'd be able to do like the whole thing, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
I really wish I was able to do the first part of it. I'm trying to book or get everything done for next week because I'm not actually going to be here a lot next week.
Yeah.
But for real, yeah. If y'all ever reach out to me again, I'm definitely down to get back on. And like,
totally.
when I was starting out streaming, I did podcasts and had a lot of guests on and stuff. And I had a guy. I don't know if y'all know if ever heard of this thing called McDojo Life, but it's like fake martial arts stuff, and
Okay.
he pulls out like people that like teach just I can knock you out with like waving my arm in front of your face, and then they'll have like
Oh
people just like
wow.
fake faint or something like that. So he like called out a lot of dojos that were like that, and he's got like hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of followers.
Someone says,
And
"Oh my god, yes."
yeah, so McDojo Life. I got to where I was like, I'm gonna interview everybody. I'm gonna send out like, if you could think about one person, I'm gonna send them a message. I'm just gonna interview everybody. So I started sending out a lot of messages. I sent him one, not really expecting to get much back, because like you guys know probably, like if you start asking a lot of people, you're getting
Mhm.
rejected probably like, I don't know, 9 times out of 10. You'll get like that one person.
Yeah.
And well,
Yeah.
he sent me a message back, and he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to." And he had like, I think on it was like Twitter or it was on Instagram, he had like hundreds of thousands of people, and I had like 500, you know? And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
God." So he sent me that. And whenever I was doing the podcast, I was like, "Dude, thank you so much for coming on here." He's like, "I don't care how many DMs I get. I don't care how many requests for podcasts I get. I'm going to answer every single DM, and I'm going to go on every podcast, because if they ask
Nice.
me, I'm gonna, like, if they want my time, if they're paying attention to me, I'm gonna give them my time." And like since that day, that's been me. I'm like, man, I'm adopting that, and I'm gonna pay it forward, my friend. So like my DMs, I get like, I don't even know now how many DMs I have, but like I will respond to every single one of them, and I just make it a big point too, because like everybody's just people, you know what I mean? McDojo
Yeah.
Life, that guy, just a dude, but he has like millions of followers. So yeah.
Kane says bullshito as well. I know that Kane
Yeah.
likes that video, that channel.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
But yeah, and you are amazing. Like you every time you do a video, you're like, "Oh, my socials are at John Reese Live."
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes that blows up, and I'll have like, after I drop a video, and then I'm like, I'll have like 80 something DMs or like 99 plus on there. I'm like, we're gonna have a late night tonight. Let's do it. So,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Good. Thorn goes, "Great, come to my paranormal podcast, John. You gotta start one first, Thorn."
Shoot me a DM, homie. I got you.
Class.
But I'm so happy that you made it here. Thank you so much for
Heck
being
yeah.
here and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. In my little corner of Twitch
Aw.
world.
Heck yeah. Well,
Oh.
And
thank
what I
you.
do every week. This is like if you're doing a stream or whatever and you do
Mhm.
get early, and this is why I'm usually late.
No, there you
I'm
go.
doing
Well,
this.
heck yeah, though. I freaking love meeting you, and freaking like both y'all. Y'all are both amazing. So seriously, thank you.
Malk is
Wh-
pretty awesome too. Yeah, he's a great guy.
I try and get all the autographs sorted, but it doesn't always work all the time. But yeah, like I said, it's been an absolute honor for
Oh, dude,
yourself,
thank you.
John, to join us tonight, and it was Trans was like,
I was so excited. I was
it's
so
like,
happy.
it's just exciting stuff, and we're so glad to hopefully in the near future, maybe this season, maybe next season, to bring yourself back into the
Yeah,
podcast,
heck yeah.
and hopefully from the start to do the
Yeah,
whole, to the whole
yeah, dude, I'm
session.
down.
I
Heck yeah.
promise I actually organize things early. It just doesn't always get organized, and then we
you're
have to
cool.
make adjustments because things fall apart. So yeah.
Mhm.
It's all
We have
good.
a whole like spreadsheet that we
Heck
have
yeah.
like people who want to be on the show. We haven't been able to get them on, and we're like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
can't make it this weekend." Like, well, let's figure another week to get you in. I promise
Yeah.
I do that stuff. I promise I do.
Heck yeah. Well, keep
Absolutely.
at it, man. Y'all are crushing it. And like, this is very cool. I loved it. So thank you.
Oh, nice one.
yay.
Can I just say a massive thank you to John for joining us in as the interview with the streamer, and also no grilling
No
on the
I know.
grilling
Yeah, look, we're
today.
totally no char marks, people.
I know,
Right.
man. You just got a pan sear.
Yeah. So John was like, "Yes, I'm got out of jail free card for now, but until next
This
time."
time. Next time you come
though.
on, though, when you announce
Yes.
that you're coming back on, you're gonna have a million
Yeah.
questions. You're gonna
Yeah.
get grilled to a T next time.
Yes.
You got a free pass.
Absolutely. Like I said, I am your host with the most, Retro Wolf Live. If you want to follow, check out the link at the bottom. Retro Wolf Live. If you sorry for the audio people, it's on the Twitch and on the YouTube as well. So check it out. And also thank you to the hostess with the mostess, which is
That's
Trans
me.
Scammer Girl as well. Absolute legend. If you want merch, it is on the top top left hand
We
corner
do have merch.
on on there. But
Believe it or
unfortunately
not.
But unfortunately for the audio people, check out the video again. There you go.
Please do.
Yeah, you'll find out the link. If you want to check out the merch, if you want to buy some stuff, that's all good. There's some stuff for the podcast itself, but I just can't believe it. Next week, all being well, hopefully, if it is going on next week,
50th episode.
The
I cannot
50th.
believe it. Oh my gosh, you've been doing this for so long.
I just cannot believe we're
Yes.
about to hit the big 50. I know
Yes.
it's just shocking moments.
That's
as
when
well.
things really happen.
Yeah, that's where the grey kicks in and the boldness kicks in, and the stress kicks in as well. But overall, we're gonna have a fantastic day on the 50th
Yes.
episode.
And you have a great rest of your night too, John. Have a good time at that event tonight,
Thank you.
dude.
Thank you.
You've
Thank
gotta-
you.
Yeah, I'm stoked to hear about it because I
I'll
know
be
you'll probably
posting
post it.
videos and stuff. I'm
You
sure.
should totally. I will totally check them out. I will,
Heck yeah.
100%.
So, like I said, John, I wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope everything goes okay with yourself in the main
Uh-huh.
big, small, and big goals. And I hope you become from big streamer to
Even bigger
me.
streamer.
Even bigger. Even bigger. So,
You deserve it, man.
thank
You deserve it.
you
Thank
deserve it, absolutely. So, cheers for that, John. All the best. And Trans, I'll see you all next week. And see you later, guys. We're going to
We'll
shoot
see you
off
guys
now.
next week. Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye.
We're
Bye.
so excited. Bye.
Guys.